Why is there no sound with that? I heard sound the first time I played it. This is pissing me off now. There's no sound. Really angry. No sound. Very angry. Angry. No sound. Anyway, that is weird. What happened to the sound? Am I not sharing sound? Let me try something here. Where's that? Share screen. Also share tab audio. Let me try it again. Oh, I don't know what happened. I don't know. I'm confused. I'm very confused. All right, whatever. Let me. How's it going, everybody? Great night tonight. A lot of news going on. Let's see. We got Sharon Tyler was the first one. She was number 7 like. Steve Hilliard's here. How you doing? How you doing, Remy? HJ, what's up? None of your business. Doc, what's up? Tim, how you doing? Renee, hello. Brian Ogden says, did I mention like you are 20-year-olds stuck? Okay. Woodtick Mike, how's it going? No queens, straight, gay, or drama. Welcome to Jim Tells You Newsathon. That's right. What the F? How's it going? Nice to see you. J. Marco, how's it going? No sound in space. I guess. Sounds make a better channel. It sure does. I don't know what's going on. Brian Ogden, I don't have the patience to golf. That's right. The manure spreader at the protesters. Yeah. What's up, Sunshine? So great to see you here tonight. Hey, how's it going? So, yeah, we got a bunch of news we're going to get into tonight. I didn't shave today. I should have shaved. I don't like the way it looks. I don't like it. I should have shaved. I don't know. Didn't get around to it. Anyway. Hey, Nanny Goat, what's up? How's it going? Hey, KZ Gypsy Muse, what's up, man? How's you doing? Yeah, hail Jimsomniacs. Cannibalist Wizard says, from the Rhine to the sea, we must purge the French disease. Yes. So I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight here on Jim Tells You, where we're going to go through the news that we see today that we found interesting, that we find topical. The show goes about 2.5 hours, usually, unless we hit the goal of $75. At that point, we will extend the show by 1 hour, and we will extend the show for an extra hour for each $75 total donations that comes in across all Cash App, PayPal, YouTube, Super Chats, or gifted memberships, Rumble Rants, Rumble memberships, and all that good stuff. Locals, coins. If anyone makes a single donation of $25 or higher, we will activate Bellavision, which is there. She is. See, she's just chilling out, hanging out there, sleeping, but she doesn't get out of bed for free. And what the hell is going on? How did I lose? I lost my Ozbot controller. And, says, I'm kind of worked up. Just finished the documentary, The Perfect Neighbor. I haven't seen that one. I'll have to see. I went to Burger King today, so I support the king. Well, that's how we should do. What is going on? Oh, yes. Donations of silver and gold can buy a good name. Yes, they can. Steve says, I haven't been clean shaven since 1972. Dude, you haven't been clean shaven longer than I've been alive. Holy crap. That's right. Pay tribute to the YouTube gods and our King Burger. You still think Bella looks too thin? Bella eats quite a bit. She's she's what we would call a well-fed girl. That's what we would call her. Well-fed. Not well-read, well-fed. But anyway, let's get into some news. First thing of today. Oh, yeah, so like I said, any single donation of $25 or greater would activate Bellavision for the evening. And other than that, it's going to be a normal show. We have a goal. If we hit the goal, we'll add an extra hour for every goal we hit. But let's get into this. I thought, since everybody loves Bella, the first thing we would do is we would cover this story right here. This is a very, very, very important story for everybody. This is from the MAGA conservative Dr. Ken. And he says, this is the last message about our dog. Please don't bother us anymore. In response to all the recent messages about our dog, please be advised we are sick and tired of answering questions about him. These guys are sick and tired of answering questions about their dog. They just don't want to answer questions about their dog. Not anymore. No dog questions. No dog questions. No more. No more dog questions. All right, better. No more dog questions. Yes, he bit 6 people wearing Antifa t-shirts, 9 teenagers with pants hanging down in the middle of their butt, and 3 flag burners. But for the last time, this dog is not for sale. And no, we don't approve of him getting in the trash, but we know it helps get the bad taste out of his mouth. Such a good boy. Such a good boy. Such a good boy. Okay. Oh. Brian Ogden says he loves questions for $10. Well, thank you. I love answers. Thank you very much. And with that $10, we are $10 closer to our goal of the evening, which is actually, it's a moving goal. doesn't really ever hit the goal. We just hit the goal and we go on to the next goal. But we are now 65 away from the first additional hour or Bellavision, unless someone gives a single donation. Yeah, 300% good boy. Very good boy. Yes, good boy, good boy. Sorry. Okay. It says, my dog Alice bit my daughter's dog today. $500 cost so far. Oh, man, that's horrible. Yeah, I don't... that's the worst when two dogs get into a fight. Bella will fight another dog. If any dog in any way, shape, or form shows any aggression whatsoever to Bella will go like you wouldn't recognize her. You would think it's a different. You're like, what's going on? Because she's not like that with people at all. She loves people, but the dog, and I think it's because when she was a little puppy, she was only a couple months old. A neighbor's dog, bit her, and so she's, any type of aggression, Bella just goes and gets him. Yeah. So, and Dick Master, a post from Dick Master said, this tub of shit needs to watch out for anti-fat. Because you got Antifa Speaks. A self-proclaimed Antifa member says President Trump designating the left-wing militant group as a domestic terrorist organization because he fears their anti-fascist efforts. He also claims that political violence is more prevalent on the right, referring to the infamous January 6th Capitol riot. Yeah. Yes, that's their whole thing. They got January 6th on the brain. January 6th on the brain. On the brain. On the brain. That's all they got. It's January 6th on the brain. And it's never the Democrats. It's always the Republicans. This guy paying attention? I mean, pretty obvious. So let's see. He's got anti-fat. He needs to add a T to that. Anti-fat.
So we are here at the No Kings protest in Orlando, and you are wearing a Antifa t-shirt. And what do you think about having Donald J. Trump declaring the Antifa as a terrorist organization?
I think he's scared of us. I think he's scared that we're trying to stop the fascism that he's trying to do in America. We're putting troops in our cities, firing the public education, getting rid of dumbing the people down. People accept it then. That's what they did in Germany in 1932 through 1939. They celebrated coming after specific races, and they slowly amped it up, right? They went from, the Jews are not so bad, let's put them over here, we relocate them. So they're doing the same with the immigrant workers and stuff like that. We need them. We require them in the United States.
We don't need them.
Good for us.
No, they don't.
And I see that's the direction that we're going. And he can say we're terrorists all he wants, but it doesn't matter. We're trying to
it matters.
Not bring it on.
So when you see sometimes the reporting on more conservative media outlets, and they want to frame their violence with attacks in Portland or San Francisco and all those more liberal cities. What is your opinion about that?
They're making it all up. The math and the statistics is out there. 80% of the political violence comes from those on the right. As you can see, there's over 2,000 people here today, and not one person is violent. Right? It's never the Democrats. It's
never
always
the Democrats.
Republicans, and they try to frame the Democrats, the left wing, as the dangerous side. But everybody saw what happened on January 6th. There was not a single Democrat in that crowd.
Really? There was a bunch of Antifa people dressed up as Trump supporters.
If you could send a message to your American people, what would that be?
Gotta stand up and fight. Come out here. We have protests every month here in Orlando. Join an organization. Join a group. Join Antifa. We're always accepting new members.
Oh, but wait! I thought it wasn't an organization. I thought it was just an idea. How can an idea have members? That doesn't make any sense. And he says, well, the one-trick ponies use the same exact color revolution playbook for every destabilization op. Had to pick a color for this one again, and they picked yellow. Wear yellow. Show up. Show out. No kings. Reject kings. Historical context. Hong Kong, Asia, Eastern Ukraine, Yellow Ribbon Movement. Reclaim the color of a signal of resistance. Hey, Terry, what's going on? Nice to see you. Hey, yeah. You'll wager Trump's wife is prettier than Hitler's wife? Yeah, I didn't think Eva Braun was good looking at all from the pictures I saw. I thought, I was like, oh, Mm-hmm. Yeah. Remember this? You have to listen to this. This is George Soros's main umbrella domestic street protest group brainstorming which color to use for their upcoming domestic color revolution. Their top pick right now is purple revolution, but they're also considering yellow or black. Mm-hmm. See? Here's the receipt. The largest protest network just spent an hour deciding. Mike Shelby. Good guy. He used to be on Council for Future Conflicts all the time. My favorite part is the vast overwhelming majority of mindless libs showing up have no idea how the CIA, USAID backed color revolutions work, and they have no clue why suddenly they're all being asked to dress up in a color. Can someone further explain to me why it's being requested for us to wear specifically the color yellow at the No Kings protests? And of course, the color yellow was picked up by George Soros Indivisible. Soros gave them $8 million, while Soros has acted as boots on the ground organizer for every CIA, USAID backed color revolution for the past 30 years. Mm-hmm.
Leah, we need a national symbol of unity to stand against authoritarianism or for pro-democracy. I'm interested in using purple bandanas. It's not about being red or blue. It's about standing in solidarity with each other for democracy. How can we as a group come up with something we can stand behind? So we have had this conversation internally and with a lot of the No Kings Coalition and other folks. And we're circling around an idea that, Leah, we're not allowed to fully announce anything yet.
Well, I mean, so we're actually, I would just say, we agree this is a gap. And
yes,
one of the things backing and trying to figure out is like what's getting organic pickup that we can start to pull out and capitalize on, right? And so thinking about things that we're seeing pop on the internet, things that we're seeing start to like take off in places like Reddit. The color yellow and black have come up a lot, which is obviously very like, kind of people taking pieces of the No Kings logo and running with it as a color scheme. We agree this is like a need. And what we really want to do is try to figure out like what's already starting to organically take off that we can collectively come in together on. But we hear you and we think this is something that this is something that we're very much thinking about right now.
We had a whole hour-long meeting with
Anto
folks,
was it
yesterday, Leah, just
stupid
on
autocorrect.
this
That's
specifically. So it's one of the
purple is the color of royalty. They couldn't go with that. That's right.
When you try to seed something like this, when you try to grow something,
most
like
of the protesters are boomer commies.
An idea, and we can all like you can debate like it should be purple, it should be yellow, it should be green, whatever.
Yellow and black.
And
are the Proud Boys
one
colors.
challenge is settling on what that idea is that you want to push, and then you've got this period in between when you've settled on the idea and when you actually make that a cultural phenomenon. And in the in-between period, what you need is a lot of people who say, screw it, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to be one of the first movers out there who's just, I'm all in yellow, or I've got my yellow bandana, or it's, whatever it is. And we're going to need a lot of people who do that. So this group, once we have something, we are going to.
Yeah. So that's Mike Shelby used to be part of Council. I think he still appears every now and again on Council of Future Conflict, but he's busy doing other stuff. So if you want to check out Council of Future Conflict every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. A lot of good guys, a lot of good information. Keep you informed. Baby shit green sounds solid. Yeah, they gave up on the rainbow. Yeah, but here, and since we were talking about Proud Boys, we might as well talk about Gavin McInnes. And he says, it's official. The left has become the least cool place to be. No King's Day, October 18th. Let's see. Look at them all. All these old boomer white people. Look at them.
The left is officially the least cool place to be. Like it's in the dictionary under uncool. Look at these seniors. I mean, is the median age 70? This is worse than Fox News' demographic. Look how, there's a young person. He's wearing a yarmulke, by the way, right after Trump stops the war in Israel. No.
And he's got, did you guys notice his shirt? You guys notice that guy's shirt says childless? Childless. Wow. Wow. Look, this is just ridiculous.
No, don't care. My priority is anti-monarchy.
Yeah. 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 Retired teachers, yep. Well, mostly teachers, I would say. Mostly teachers. I'll let Johnny Rotten speak for me. I never thought I'd live to see the day when the right wing would become the cool ones giving the middle finger to the establishment, and the left may become the sniveling, self-righteous, twatty ones going around shaming everyone. Mm-hmm. Oh, and then this, I wanted to show this because tire teachers. The 200 was worth it. Just kidding. 200 where? What are you talking about? Mm-hmm. Maybe they're having LSD flashbacks from protesting the 60s. It's possible. How much do you think they're getting paid? I don't know. We're going to show some videos where they all just happen to all leave at the same time. Like everybody just at like, it was like 1 p.m. Like when the money ran out, they all went and left. We saw that before. But this was Grok. I want you to see what this says, what Grok is saying here. It says, yes, it's authentic aerial footage of a massive crowd at a Trump rally captured by independent journalist Brendan Gutenschwager, which is BG on the scene, amid autumn foliage. The video shows genuine enthusiasm from supporters, not hate, which is why the caption drips with sarcasm. Trump rallies consistently draw huge, energized crowds like this one. Hey, what's up, Derek? How you doing? So yes, this is a real video. So here's this video everyone keeps trying to pass off as being for the No Kings rally, but it's not. It's from the Trump rally. It was from a Trump rally from 2018. So when you see this, they're saying, yeah, this footage that the left keeps showing, claiming is from this No Kings protest, is actually from a Trump rally in 2018. Mm-hmm. And you can see if you look at they used AI and stuff to alter the signs. That's why the letters get wonky and do weird stuff on the letters. You know what I mean? Like if you look over here, they AI'd this stuff in. So it's very, very funny. Mm-hmm. You know, and you can see that they didn't really send their best today. You know, here's Times Square. Protect pubic lands. So they want to protect the pubic lands for whatever reason. I don't know if they're just talking about maybe why is ScrewTube messing with our names? I don't know. Said BG posted 8 hours ago. Yeah, he's posting videos of like the riots and stuff. He's not. Oh, am I going to cover what Newsom said about the Marine Corps celebration? I looked into it. It seems like a bunch of bullshit that, it was a bunch of bullshit. They said that, like Newsom's decided he wants to close down a highway because Camp Pendleton's going to do artillery, artillery stuff. And we're like, we do it here all the time, and it's never been a problem before. So, they're like trying to make protect pubic lands. Mm-hmm. And if Democrats want to talk about No Kings, let's really talk about they attacked their opponents with lawfare. They blatantly ignored SCOTUS rulings. They censored the press and social media. They sicked the FBI on parents and Catholics. They locked down our cities and schools. They forced vax to participate in society. They covered up Biden's mental decline. They ran our country with an auto pen. They broke our border on purpose. This all happened under Biden-Harris. This was completely un-American. This was authoritarian. And yes, it was wrong. And yes, this is why Donald Trump won in an electoral college landslide back on November 5th.
You have to protest now so you don't have to bow down later. Do you agree? Absolutely. But if we don't stand up for democracy now, we won't have democracy tomorrow.
I wonder if you know that I know he's lying right now. Why you always lying?
Why you always lying?
Always lying to me. Why you lying so much?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And And this is the No Kings in Atlanta, Georgia, a city where the largest racial demographic by far is black people. 90% of the crowd is white, filled with retirees every single freaking time. This is Atlanta. You know, everybody who's been to Atlanta knows this ain't what Atlanta looks like.
Unite to protect us, just in case universities try to teach us, just in case protesters try to show up and remind us of who we are. They don't have to step 8 and try to break civil society, because they're preparing us for step 9. There are 10 steps to protecting our patriots. There are 10 steps to protecting our democracy. There are 10 steps to protecting our right. Unite to
Yeah, that's it. That's Atlanta. What happened? Okay. All right. Yeah. We got some more here. Says resist fascism. Fascism. Fascism? I don't know. This is crazy. They can't spell nothing. Weird. You would think these teachers would be able to spell better. Yes, this is just a hate America protest. That's all it is. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it says, yeah, they hired black folks too, but they were all later no shows. No Kings people don't fly American flags. Here's the thing. They gave out a bunch of American flags to people. I got some video of it, and then they've just found them all the flags laying on the ground when it was over. Like they were like, well, they waved them and then threw them on the ground. Yeah, college educated idiots. Yeah, yeah. Bless their hearts, all the white folks in Atlanta that are seniors probably packed the Pancake and Waffle House after they met this morning. Yeah. You know, in Camelot, our friend Cody says that why can't we get more support? Because everything you do is unpopular, manufactured, and easily identified. You know, you copied and paste the exact same thing with the exact same video thousands of times. Nice angle. What do you mean? What did I do? You know, analysts are calling us the biggest protest in America. Analysts are calling us the biggest protest in America. Analysts are calling us the biggest protest in America. Analysts. Just repeated, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. It's crazy. Huh. Almost like the same person is running all these accounts or something. I mean, this is basically what we're dealing with here, folks. This is it right here. You know, boss says this is the uniform today. No Kings, no more oil, free Palestine, Black Lives Matter. Look at Occupy Wall Street. No Kings, not a George Soros' paid protest. No. Oh, statement. Oh, okay. I thought you meant like I angled something like. Hey, AI World Champion says, up here in the valley, the traffic is flowing and rents are coming down. Nice places is opening up. Well, that's awesome. That's all we want. You know, I mean, that's the thing. Everyone should realize too that if the amount of vacant homes that, or you know, rental apartments, whatever, increases, rents naturally are going to come down. It's because of supply and demand. So there more people are here. Yeah. Jim is wearing yellow and black. He must be supporting No King Day. This is actually gold, yellow, black and gold. Black and gold never gets old. 818. That's right. 808. The 808 snare drums. We got this. At exactly 1 p.m., all of the No Kings protesters in Times Square immediately dispersed. Totally normal. Definitely not astroturf. Definitely not astroturf. Definitely not. I don't know what that video was supposed to show. This is how do you know the No Kings protest was a bust? The left is showing videos from 2017 trying to convince Americans they were from today. Whoops. This video is from the 2017 Boston protest, not today's Kings rally, which was indeed a large event. Yeah, it's right here. So this is what they're talking about. Like, I don't know, saying that they're using stuff. No, it's videos from a 2017 Boston protest, not a Kings rally today. We apologize. The video is expired. The video shared and accessed and manipulated appears to be fabricated MSNBC broadcast segment created to depict the No Kings anti-Trump rally in Boston. The aerial footage of a massive crowd estimated around 175,000 people in the original event is actually archival material from the Boston Women's March on January 21st, 2017, the day after Trump's first inauguration. You remember, they did the same shit. They constantly just keep doing the shit. They cannot stand the fact that they lost, and they're just going to keep doing this. No, the image you shared is not a current picture from the No Kings rally. So we saw three people outside Traverse City, Michigan. I mean, I saw the protest or whatever you want to call it here by me, and it's like 10 people there. They all looked like mentally ill people. Would it be smart to get paid to protest and still vote for Trump? Well, they were cleared out by 120 in Vegas too. Yeah, they probably only got paid for a certain number of hours. That was it, That's the one you saw from Boston. Your family up there said they saw less than 200 people marching. Yeah, you agree? No Kings, Latin Kings go home. All the marbles. What's up? Nice to see you. Yeah, they all go get breakfast with their cash cards they got for participating. Did the crows that left Times Square take a train ride to Atlanta to visit their friends? I don't know. Yeah, the protest coordinators are panicking because the crowd is silent. They're desperately trying to get into info sheets out to the crowds. Get them out to the people back there who don't know what's going on. Nobody knows what's actually going on here. Yeah, so there's a bunch of videos of this where these people have no idea. They're just showed up. Oh, look at that troll.
We flood DC! We flood DC! November 5th! We flood DC! We flood DC! All right, so we need to get the word out to all the people that are here today. So we have a bunch of palm cards that we want you. We have 30,000 palm cards. But we need you to take a stack and get them out to all the people back there who don't know about what's going on. So take a stack of palm cards. Go on through. Take a stack of palm cards. We need someone to take these palm cards and hand them out right now to everyone. We need your help to get these palm cards out to everybody. Okay.
Okay, I got those out.
And then we also have stickers with the QR code.
Okay. Well, it looks like somebody gave me a $50 donation on Rumble. I didn't know about it till now, so with that, that will be Bella Vision will get activated with that. So we'll do this. Bella, she's laying all wonky. I'm gonna adjust the camera. Okay. All right. Yay, Bella. And with that 50, that means we are $5 away from the first extended hour. So thank you to Dizzy D It's I don't know. I don't see him in here in the chat. It's like a weird thing where, yeah, Dizzy D. Thank you. Yeah, it's Diz D 82 for 50. I don't know. I'm actually starting to wonder if, I don't know. I hate to be like that, but I'm starting to wonder because I'm on, tell you the truth. I've noticed when some weird chats like that come through on the, like on Rumble, it doesn't actually show up as a as what it claims it is, but whatever. No, Ant comes in with a gifted membership, so that's $6. So with that, we're
Assessment. Red Chinese victory. Impossible. America will never fall to communist invasion. Communism is the very definition of failure.
with that we hit the first goal for an extra hour from Ank there, and that is Aquanet received a gifted membership from Ank. Thank you very much, Ank. Thank you very much, Ank, for the gifted membership. So I will adjust the banner, and we are now $74 away from a second additional hour. We saw these people, right? Mm-hmm. You know what's going on, and even a little bit, it's pathetic. Another leftist totally admits it, but while left is hollering F off fascist, then a conservative reporter approaches her. And he's hollering, and then and the leftist says, I know he's not a fascist, but it's more about getting community together to go against him. The conservative asks her, then why call him a fascist? Leftist proposal Lisa Chan. I don't know the definition of fascist, so I don't know whether he is a fascist or not. Turn Bella upside down, rotate the camera. I mean, I don't think it'll let me rotate the camera like that. I don't know. Let's see. Here's an idiot's going to admit that how stupid she is.
I know he's not a fascist, but it's more just of getting the community together to just go against.
A lot of people said he's not actually a fascist. So then why call him a fascist?
Well, I don't know the exact definition of a fascist, so I don't know if he is or isn't a fascist.
In 1943, the following directive was issued from party headquarters to all communists in the United States. It read, "When certain obstructionists become too irritating, label them after suitable build-ups as fascist or Nazi or anti-Semitic, and use the prestige of anti-fascist and tolerance organizations to discredit them. In the public mind, constantly associate those who oppose us with those names which already have a bad smell. The association will, after enough repetition, become fact in the public mind."
I know he's not a fascist, but it's more.
Oh, that's odd, isn't it? That's very odd that they would do that. Mm-hmm. Wonder what the carbon footprint is of busting all these paid protesters. A fascist is who this girl's getting paid by. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's like the great irony here is that this party has spent the past decade plus trashing the founders and tearing down their statues, only to invoke them as a cosplay idea. Generous lurker, the best kind of lurker, a real patriot. Karen O says, "Hail all." Mm-hmm. So see, here's this guy rejecting kings since 1776. But these are the same people that wanted to tear down all the statues, tear down the Thomas Jefferson statue, tear down the fucking George Washington statue, tear down the Adams statue, the Jefferson statues. Huh. Very weird, isn't it? Very, very weird. Now they like the founders, but they hate them. They call them all racist slave owners, remember? I mean, Mm-hmm. Wall Street Apes says, don't worry, the No Kings protest is definitely not paid and organized. This is totally just random people showing up and able to create this No Kings, yes, on Prop 50 California redistricting out of people, and cameras are ready to film it in the sky. Huh. This is weird, right? This is just totally random stuff that would just happen, right? This isn't like, organized and paid for, and just grassroots people to protest. Let's happen to do this. Huh. Yeah. Total coincidence. Total coincidence. Yeah. Name the oligarchy where the opposing party can vote to shut down the government. Short answer, only. This uniform today, no king, CCP calling. This guy, yeah. Boss says new uniform today. Yeah. So it was a slightly different one. As Amy Curtis says, as I always say, it's different when they do it. Mm-hmm. Liberals want Obama to be king, not president. This was published June 8th, 2012 on CNN by Dean Obadela. Mm-hmm. He says some liberals want a ruler who wouldn't be restrained by Congress and the Constitution. It's always projection. It's always confession through projection. Says, he fell asleep, just want everyone to know you are loved. I'm going to listen in my sleep. Okay, Brian, thank you very much. You are loved too, my friend. Thank you very much for the donations tonight. You're actually shocked they're anywhere in Atlanta with all the fall festivities and the Talladega race going on? Well, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is, what it is. This is interesting, too. It's like this Mehdi Hassan, this guy who should be deported out of the country. He shouldn't be allowed to stay here. Send him back to Britain. He's here on a visa. Get him out. And there's more of us than there are of them. We are the majority, he says, as No Kings rally. But then as Mike Pence says, then why did you lose the popular vote? The popular vote that they talk about so much. They lost. Trump won. And then he says, this scene has played out in every blob-backed spontaneous street post in every country on earth for the past 30 years. Right here, this scene. Look, USAID, look at that. Look at that. Look at that, Frankie. There's fucking agents there. USAID from the American people. What do you know?
I just think this is so funny. USA leading it, baby.
Kind of seems like that's against the law what that USAID guy is doing. Yeah. Very, very interesting. So you really wonder if some of the footage around here in Atlanta was people going to some of these things rather than a protest? It's possible. The No Kings protesters proudly advertise they are funded by George Soros. They carry a large Indivisible banner. Indivisible has received the following funding from Soros: $8 million in direct funding for the June No Kings protest, $3 million from Open Society to Indivisible for general support and advocacy, $3 million from Open Society Policy Center for policy advocacy support, $1.135 million for Open Society for policy advocacy support. Look at this, $875,000. So they're proud of their Indivisible. Why are they saying "Go Birds"? I mean, I know they're talking about the Philadelphia Eagles, but that's kind of a weird chant to have at a protest for no kings. You "Go Birds." Yeah. Can you believe they're dumb enough to wear that logo? Yeah, they're dumb enough. And he says, "I'm broke, kind of lurker. Sorry for the non-sequitur. Just got back from a wedding and out of the loop all day." Well, cut him zig. It's always nice to have you here. You're always welcome. We do appreciate donations, but I understand it's tough out there and people don't have the money and people give what they can give, and I appreciate every dollar. Yeah, no ice in their drinks. Yes, because they're dentures. It affects, if they put ice in their drinks with their dentures and all that stuff, it hurts. It's like painful. Mm-hmm. Yes. Live long and prosper. Yes, what a pathetic bunch. Why are they all wearing goofy costumes? Well, because they're trying to claim like they're make-believe, that they don't really exist. But we saw that guy in the first video, remember? He said, come join us, fill out an application and join. Ideas don't have applications to join. And Phil Labonte from All That Remains says that, remember, they have no care for principle. They use it as a subversive technique. They will demand you are held to standards they never would even consider. Ignore them. The Indian journalist Mehdi Hasan calls conservative Republicans hypocrites for supporting law and order. Oh.
And they say we don't reach out to the other side. We don't reach out to conservatives or Republicans. That we're in an echo chamber. Well, let me say to every Republican and conservative watching, aren't you the ones who said no more big government, no tyranny in America? So
why is a Brit telling us anything? Didn't we have a revolution to get rid of the king? Because they still have it. It's odd, isn't it, that they still have a king in England? There's still a king in Britain. And this guy is a British subject, not an American citizen. Maybe he should go to fuck back to Britain and deal with his own king.
Federal agents in unmarked cars bundling people off of the streets, including American citizens, and disappearing them.
Oh, disappearing them.
Okay with that?
I would be perfectly, I'm just going to be honest, I would be perfectly okay if they would start disappearing some people. I'm cool with it. Get it done. We got to pick up the pace. We're on a clock here. We got to pick up the pace to get this done before, in the next 3 years. Yeah, he needs to go back to the UK, definitely. Yeah, the stupidity is brutal, off the charts. It's off the charts stupidity. It is. Yeah. I mean, we tried disappearing that Maryland man, and they made us bring him back. Yeah, here's BG on the scene posting this video now, which says demonstrators dancing at the No King protest in Chicago today. So here's the No King protest that BG on the scene took pictures of, all right? It's not that giant thing that we saw earlier. They have a song. Who wrote this song? Where did this song come from? I mean, this is ridiculous. Look at them. These are theater kids. They need to go back to their theater. I mean, they sure planned this. Hey, oligarchs, hand off our democracy, third act, whatever that means. Look at them. This is ridiculous. Oh, energy for everyone. Oh, something about fossil fuels. End fossil fuels. Yeah, end fossil fuels. Oh, okay. Divest. Oh, look at divest. Oh, that's very interesting. Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're probably all in the teachers' union. It's the same thing. It's like those weird dances that we got earlier. Remember all those dances during the lockdowns when all the nurses that were so overwhelmed were had time to make dancing TikTok videos? How do they plan on creating electricity? I don't know. You were skeptical, but the dance convinced you. Well, me too. Yeah. Like the UK isn't pulling people off the streets if they think they're praying. Yeah, they are. Britain is requiring digital IDs to buy beer at pubs. Well, of course they are. Of course they are. The other one is the Fed. Well, where's the shit dump truck? I don't know. It'd be nice. Hint, hint. Yeah, they're wearing yellow because they're part of an attempted color revolution to overthrow the U.S. government. The stuff looks silly, and it is, but we can't ignore the much bigger thing at play. Here's Mike Shelby talking about it again. We saw this. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Right here, this is Tim Pool says, this proves that the liberals are the violent and dangerous ones. It's that the No King vaccine injured protesters are violent AF from Alex Stein. Let's see.
Yes, because you guys are retards. Yeah, I came here to insult you because you're retarded. Yeah, so we came here to insult you because you're retarded. Hey, America doesn't...
Unprincipled. You only care about clicks. Yeah. That's all you're here for.
Oh, really? Because I'm here to expose you. I'm here to expose you. We're going to get a lot of clicks exposing your ass. Hey, when you get deported, bye-bye. Go back to Mexico. Bye-bye. 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 You're here illegally. You're not even here legally. You're not even here legally. They stole my head. Get off me. Get off. Get off. I'm just showing you my side. This is what these people act like. These people are vaccine injured. They're sick in the head. I love America. You guys hate America. You guys hate America. Literally, I love the Constitution. I believe in God.
You see that guy shaking, talking, and he's wearing a Baphomet shirt? He's a fucking Satan worshiper, communist. Just like, why do you... That's what you call people that have no adrenaline control.
Hey, can you hear me? Hey, hey. Hey, Dallas, what is this? Remember, look who's acting crazy and look who's not. I just want you to know. Look who's acting crazy and look who's not. I'm holding a camera walking around. And just look who's acting like who's throwing stuff, who's the ones being assaulted. Just remember that. Write that down, Dallas Morning News. Yeah, and they stole his hat.
No.
Get off me! Get off me! Get the fuck off!
Wow. Yeah, no violence, they said. I saw a whole bunch. I didn't pull anyone up because it really pissed me off. I saw a whole bunch of police departments posting Austin, Dallas, San Diego, how telling everybody that, it was such a wonderful protest that everyone came out and spoke with their voice and stuff and cheering them out, basically giving them the green light to do what they did. I don't know how that's not taking a political position, Yeah. Alex dropped the act real quick when he got hit. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was getting ready to defend himself. Oh, you get your hernia fixed Tuesday? Are they going to do a mesh or are they just going to sew it up? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How did this get pulled up again? Yeah, man. Laura Loomer says at today's protest, they confronted Bill Nye about why he was speaking at a political rally. We asked if that makes him Bill Nye the political science guy. Nye said no comment. He also has nothing to say when asked why he donated to Kamala Harris. Oh, let's see. Bill Nye, the engineer guy, because he's an engineer.
Would calling you Bill Nye the political science guy be a better nickname since you're speaking at this political No Kings protest?
No comment. I don't know why you made that up.
I mean, you call yourself Bill Nye the science guy and you're at a political event, so I think you should be called Bill Nye the political science guy. Do you like that nickname? And you donated to Kamala, right? They're not very authentic, Mr. Nye.
You're not right about that.
Kind of disappointed. I watched you growing up. You're kind of a letdown.
Wow, he's got armed security. That's odd. Why would he need armed security? That's weird, right? And then we got this as this crazy lady, Rosa DeLauro, unhinged purple-haired 90-year-old leftist from Connecticut, snapped at Laura Loomer when we pressed her on whether Democrats would ever apologize for grinding the government to a halt so they could have pro-Hamas, pro-Antifa, and anti-Trump circus on Capitol Hill. Yes, wishing you a good surgery. Yeah, and heal quickly. Definitely. It's
Hello, Congresswoman. Will you Democrats apologize for shutting down a government to throw a pro-Hamas, pro-Antifa, anti-Trump protest?
Oh, it's all on you. It's all on this guy who's this reporter.
Congresswoman? Thank you.
And this lady says, I'm Antifa. Antifa. And here. And here's Antifa. What they're doing. Drilling holes in trucks, ripping off the tires. Yeah. This is Antifa. This is what they do. Mm-hmm. They're terrorists. We have breaking. 2 No Kings protesters in frog costumes were interviewed by the news in Charlotte, North Carolina, asking what they were protesting for. Neither of them could give a coherent answer. We were worried we're going to lose, and what we're here, we're going to prove like we don't want to lose.
And people who are violent, and it really helps to match the absurdity of those statements when we show up and show support in silly inflatable animal costumes.
Absolutely. What does it mean for you to be here today, representing, what you're standing for?
There's so many things, mostly like freedom of speech, of like being able to gather and tell everybody like why we don't like about this administration, and pretty much that being...
That sounds like a foreigner to me.
Worry we're going to lose, and we're here to prove like we don't.
We here to prove.
Oh. Now, I spoke to someone else earlier who was also dressed up and kind of was wearing their message. I think that's a great way to kind of get your point across without actually speaking. So what is the importance of, like you mentioned, wearing the message that you're trying to send, and what is that message?
It's really just to show that we are together, united, and we are nonviolent, and we want to stand up for all communities in this country.
So very lastly, what do you hope that people take away from today's protest?
Just when you hear things in the news about people being violent, you need to really take a look at what is really happening.
Oh, yeah. So when you see people being violent, just remember that some idiots were wearing an inflatable costume. If you don't bleed red, white, and blue, we should deport you. Yeah. No steal Pepe. Yeah, they're trying to steal Pepe from us. They can't. They cannot. Got a pin? Yeah. We stand for all communities that agree with us. Yeah, that's what they stand for. Mm-hmm. What with the dancing and catchy costumes? How can anyone resist joining their movement? Yeah, being violent must bother them. Yeah, well, CO2 is bad for the brain. Yes, it is. Air and water shows, blues festival, all the stuff. Taste of Chicago, all outdoors, all in the same area. Atrazine already got those frogs. Yes, it did, man. That atrazine, it'll get them frogs and make them gay. It will. Mm-hmm. 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 Every Democrat protester, free Palestine, which river, how much, yeah, don't know much about history. I join every protest as long as it's not pro-British. I don't know what I'm protesting about. Yeah, what they said. Yeah, what they said. Yeah, Illinois governor chanting, hey, hey, ho, ho. Donald Trump has got to go at the No Kings protest in Chicago. So saying someone's got to go, isn't that code for killing them? So he's wanting to kill the president? Look at this. Stop deportations. Oh, let's go. The fall, Trump fascist regime. Oh, RevCom USA. Oh, the Sierra Club. Oh, look at this. Oh. Indivisible. This guy's got an indivisible hat. Let's see, it's all Soros's money. Indivisible.
Got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Donald Trump has got to go. Donald Trump has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Donald Trump has got to go. Hey,
American Federation of Teachers President Randy Weingarten attended the No Kings protest in D.C. today.
Randy, do you think you set a good example for children speaking to a pro-Hamas, pro-Antifa rally out in Capitol Hill as the government shut down by Democrats?
This is not pro. This is a pro-American rally. So anyone who says that is defamatory.
I have Antifa flags. Oh, okay.
It's defamatory. Oh, I wonder who she's going to sue. The No Kings protest in Portland is now a full-on riot here outside the ICE facility, and federal agents are unloading tear gas on rioters who are assaulting agents. It's only 4 p.m., and the protesters are already getting violent. We need the National Guard.
oh my God. Quit your fucking job. Fuck you guys!
Thank you guys for your service. Thank you guys for your service. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for your cervix.
I don't have any fucking weapons. You're averaging 1 arrest a day. What a giant waste of. What are you doing? What the fuck? What'd they do? You guys are such insecure little twits. What the fuck did the person holding the sign do? Did it really hurt you? Is that Nick Sawyer? Oh man. Brian Amaker?
Enough King's Day for me. Good night, peoples. Thanks, Jim. Well, I got other stuff. There's a lot of this going on today. It kind of dominated everything. Everywhere I looked, that's all I kept coming across was this shit. So that's what it is. And No King's protester in New York City crashes out and says Charlie Kirk was a racist bigot scum after seeing the name TPUSA on Sav says his press badge.
So this guy is so hateful and angry, he can't even tell me any of the racist things that Charlie is saying. So there we go. Okay, well then walk away from me. All you have to do is walk away. So this gentleman found out that I worked at Turning Point USA and decided to come up to me and say that Charlie was a racist and a fascist. I was having a good conversation. So you found out that I worked for Turning Point and you said you can't stand here and talk with me because why?
Because Charlie Kirk was a racist, bigot, scum.
Do you think he deserved to get shot in the neck?
No, I don't think he deserved to die.
But do you see how that type of rhetoric has led to people in the United States getting killed?
His rhetoric has ruined thousands of lives.
Can I ask what rhetoric was at the forefront for you that was the most hateful?
I hate his racism. He was an anti-Semite. He accused Jews of funding replacement theory in America. This is insane.
So regarding the racism, I myself am a Hispanic Asian woman.
Okay.
He hired me on to, represent his organization.
God bless. Everybody needs a token.
Okay, so I'm a token. Well, Charlie was just brutally murdered in front of the United States, and I think it's a big problem that we can't even have a conversation.
That's irrelevant. He had
position that he was brutally murdered.
Yeah,
that doesn't have to do with this politics.
Or our discussion.
It had everything to do with this politics because people said that he was a fascist. Like, there's a sign behind you saying the fascist Trump regime. Who's out here calling people fascists in the street? Is it the right wing? Or is it the left wing that's out here labeling everybody that
Who's acting like a fascist?
The left wing, quite frankly.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't think we have anything more to discuss.
Okay, well,
I can't convince you. You're not going to convince me. The only thing else I have to
Why can't we
say,
have a conversation? I was having a great
Because
conversation with him, and then you decided that Charlie was a racist, and you wanted to.
he's a
walk away from
racist
the
by his own
conversation.
words. His
Again,
own
what was
words.
the most
His
racist
own
thing that
words
he
were.
said? What is the most racist thing that he said? Please give me the quote. If you were this angry, you should be able to give me the quote. Because I can give you 10 quotes right now from left-wingers who stated that right-wingers deserve to die, and we should fear getting shot every single time we go out. After Charlie was
I'm not
killed.
responsible for every
well, for
person
you
out there, but
personally,
you're a
what did
member.
Charlie
You
say?
are a member.
What did Charlie say that was so racist that made you this upset? Please tell me, because you're out here telling people that he's a problem. Not you, him. He doesn't even know, and this is the exact problem. You were so hateful.
If you would
and
be
angry.
quiet for.
Regarding you specifically, you are now coming up to me. You've been extremely aggressive.
Okay.
And like I said, I'm standing here and I was having a
Listen.
conversation with this gentleman
Go
right
ahead.
here.
Go ahead.
And now
Post
you're
this.
getting so
Do whatever
angry.
you want.
Okay, so y'all, I'm at the No Kings protest here, and I was standing here. I'm wearing my press badge, and these older gentlemen came up to me and stated, you know, what's Turning Point USA? Basically asking me about Charlie. This guy right here ends up going, I can't speak to you because Charlie was a racist and a fascist. I then immediately start asking him, like, hey, do you think that means he deserved to be shot? And what exactly did he say that was so racist that made you this angry? He then went on to say that Charlie is an anti-Semite. And now I had a bunch of older people surrounding me and stating that, yeah, I'm a liar now.
Well, yeah. And then some old boomers read Turning Point USA on my press badge at No Kings and made it a point to let me know that Charlie was a racist. Then they called me a token and asked me my sexual preference after I corrected them on the political leaning of Charlie's killer. I'm not even interviewing people today, but these old boomers are so radical they couldn't even stand next to me without crashing out.
I've been following. Okay, can I just say something? I am here at the No Kings protest. I've been following this protest for about 3 hours now. I am wearing my official New York City press badge, and it says Turning Point USA on it. Now, I have been standing here taking B-roll footage. I'm not even interviewing people today. And this is a message for all of the people who say that journalists like myself and the journalists who were at the Antifa Roundtable are agitators. I'm standing here doing nothing, and I have had people come up to me, read my press badge, and then try to make a point of telling me that Charlie was a racist anti-Semite.
Hey, beautiful messy ball. How you doing? Nice to see ya.
Essentially, all I'm doing is standing here and taking footage. So anyways, that's what it's like being at a liberal protest. I have footage dropping soon of how aggressive these older
gentlemen were. Yeah, Potato Biden, all these the labor unions, all those people is, and they're also partners are also the Revolutionary Communist Party is a partner, the Communist Party of the United States, the Democratic Socialists, the Socialist Workers Party, all these other things. And what's weird is because the Socialist Workers Party kind of sounds like the National Socialist Workers Party, which was, hello. I'm good. Nice to see you. I saw what you posted something on Twitter that somebody was telling you the government shut down in a YouTube chat. Well, that was very nice of them, I tell you. The Daily Signal says, No King's protester, Charlie Kirk is a piece of garbage. I'm glad he's dead. Everybody, including illegal aliens, deserves health care. Democrats need to be a little bit meaner. And evil people like Charlie Kirk have no place in the world. Oh, this is crazy, right? These people are, just remember all this stuff when people say unity and, I mean, I can be unity with this girl.
Recently, with Charlie Kirk being assassinated,
He's a piece of garbage. Of course we were mean. I am so tired of people saying, oh, but, you know, it's a terrible thing. No, Hitler is dead. I'm glad Hitler's dead.
Something that I've heard in interviewing Republicans is that they're concerned with the health care going to undocumented immigrants. What would you say about that?
I don't know that it's true. Everybody deserves health care, and we can certainly afford it in this country.
We can certainly afford it, really. Well, why don't you pay for it then, lady?
Things and saying it's our fault, we're too liberal. Yeah, it's really depressing. I don't know how anybody your age even thinks of having children, okay? Okay, millions of Democrats did not vote. Whose fault is that? We need to get ourselves together, and we might even need to be a little bit meaner, because the Republicans don't mind being mean.
And by mean, what do you mean? Do you mean protesting? Do you mean...
Maybe we have to, I don't know, stop being so nice.
Because you seem like a pretty nice lady.
I'm a pretty nice lady, but I can be pretty mean, too.
Okay, and I have to ask this because people on the other side are going to say that they feel like the Democrat Party has been mean. Recently, with Charlie Kirk being assassinated,
He's a piece of garbage. Of course we were mean. I am so tired of people saying, oh, but, it's a terrible thing. No, Hitler is dead. I'm glad Hitler's dead. Evil people have no place in my world. He was a hateful human being. It was disgusting, the things that he said and did. I don't have time for that. I'm sorry. I have to point my energy in other directions.
Oh. You spent your nights watching leftist streamers talk about conservatives like this and how MAGA are Nazis. Well, those are idiots, Anybody else here at a motorboat going by? I did it in my head. These people are deeply propagandized. Yes, deeply. Yeah, funny how the rhetoric is not about capitalism healthcare. Yeah, it's not. No, she's never watched any Charlie Kirk. Someone told her that he was a racist, like that other that said Charlie Kirk was an anti-Semite. Wow. I mean, the Jews would have probably said something about that, I think. He was like their biggest, I don't know. Alex Stein was assaulted at the No Kings protest. Dallas police intervened as leftists hurled profanity through water barrels and hit conservatives. Does this look peaceful to you?
Oh, he got assaulted. Oh, call police. Holy. Oh, damn. Oh. Holy.
Oh, our people out of the street. Look at them. Oh, look, they're all. No, it's not. It's just an idea. It's not an organization. It's just an idea. It's not an organization. They sure seem kind of. That's a rabid anti-dentite. Yes. That's a pretty big bodyguard. Yeah. Yeah. You vote for all illegals to have full health care coverage paid for by all the people who support it. Yeah. Get off the sidewalk. Get in the streets.
Oh my.
Thank you. Yeah. My report with the Dallas Express, and there was a lady that threw my phone and hit my arm. And I have that in video.
Yeah, but the media said there was no violence. No violence. Yeah. It's Carlos Turquios says that Dallas, Texas leftists at the Dallas No Kings protest harassed me and others for recording. One attacker hit my arm, knocked my phone to the ground. Does this seem peaceful to you? You can't let these people get away with this stuff. As soon as this, especially, they want to do this, they have to get dealt with immediately, violently. I'm sorry. A Seattle No Kings protester says he will kill Stephen Miller and other people he brands Nazis. I hope he gets arrested. Would you like to kill Nazis? Is what?
Who are you gonna kill?
Nazis.
Who who do you define as a Nazi?
What do you mean? It's pretty.
In this context, who's a Nazi?
Stephen Miller's a Nazi.
So you're gonna kill Stephen Miller?
If I had the chance, yeah, I would.
I don't know if that's something I'd say on camera, bro. Who are you gonna kill?
Yeah, just an idea. They're just an idea. Hmm. 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 Yeah. Meanwhile, our elected officials are having a nice vacation together. Yeah, they are. Anti-Trump protesters at the Portland Old Kings rally, including the Humble Boys mocking the Proud Boys, confront Trump supporters who marched into the crowd. These people all belong in a mental institution. Every one of them. Every one of them. Pro-Trump protesters are being harassed and assaulted by leftists at the No Kings event in Portland. They're simply walking through a public park, but leftists won't allow that.
You fucking protect the fucking pedophile. You voted for a fucking pedophile. Pedophile lover of pedophiles. You're a fucking scum. Hey, hey, he touched me. No, he fucking touched me. Pedophile lover of pedophiles and racists. They're scum. They're shit.
Disappointed! God bless Trump! God bless Trump! God bless Trump! Trump free Palestine! 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 Trump free Palestine!
Okay, and yeah, no gray matter. They all go to a gated community together with healthy food and lots of physical labor. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the weak-minded are easily influenced by the lamestream media. Yeah. They all say this and then label all political opponents Nazis so that when one of their comrades murder them again. And the leftists in traditional black bloc apparel carries good Nazis as a dead Nazi sign at the D.C. No Kings protests. But yeah, so this is what they're doing, see? So that way they can kill people and then just say, well, he's a Nazi. We'll just call him a Nazi, then we can kill him. Mm-hmm. No Kings protesters hold sign depicting President Trump about to be beheaded. by a Star Wars character saying, "This is the way." Trump shooting himself in the head and warnings of a 1789 French-style revolution, Sacramento at the Capitol building today. Oh, wow. Yeah, that dude is not fooling anyone. That dude is not passing. Donald Trump already freed Palestine. What are you talking about? He ended the war. These people they're like a week late. They're like a week late with their chants and stuff. Yeah, so check out this man's sign in New York City. No City, No Kings, Nick Shirley films, Unhinged Leftist, and a man with a sign glorifying assassination of Charlie Kirk.
Yes, sir. Then you have this guy right here who is celebrating, calling these the new Kirks. Have your smokes. Have you smoked your Kirks today?
I've been watching you since 2024.
Hey, that's what's up.
Early 2024.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Can I get a photo?
Yeah, let's get a photo. Yes, sir. Good man right there.
CNN is getting paid.
Alright.
I'm not mad.
What makes you so upset with us being here?
I'm so happy that you had to come all the way over here because you're just so weak. Get the fuck out of here. You're so weak. Get the fuck out of here. Just ignore them. It's what they want. You're giving them what they want. He want to make us mad. It's okay.
I haven't made you mad.
You see the guy with the sign, the Refuse Fascism sign, that's from the DSA or Revcom, and they're trying to keep these people from getting too violent because they're trying to prove like they're not the violent ones. They don't want this, so that's why they're trying to stop, and they're putting a sign and she's not having it. Like, what do you do? Get the fuck out of my face. Don't tell me what to do. They don't want people to see who they really are. They want to hide it.
It's okay. You're not gonna go nowhere.
I haven't said anything to get you mad.
Nick,
let's back up, please. What have I said? What have I said?
You're dead in the eye.
Name one thing I've said.
None of this, bro. You're not a human soul, bro.
How?
You're pathetic.
How?
Oh, how great. How great. You want me to I'm not gonna hit him. I'm not gonna hit this pathetic piece of shit. You don't even have a soul. You're not even on the same level. You guys have to lose it.
Oh, black supremacist.
It's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Why are you so upset?
Okay, got him out. Got him out. You got people on you that are so good. Got him out.
Keep it easy, man.
No touching, and
Yeah.
that's it. It's okay. Let him go. I'm only let him go. This is content.
Let me move over.
Nazi and fascist are big words for people who don't know what a woman is. Yeah, it is, right? Mm-hmm. And this from this media. It says American flags are handed out at the No King anti-Trump protest for better optics in New York City. See? They're going to show you handing out the flags. All right. Look at them. Here you go. Here, take these flags. Here, you. Take these flags. Here, we know. Here, you take them. Here. You take these flags. Here. You take these flags. Oh, look. Wow. Who paid for these flags? Yeah. Who paid for the flags? Where'd the money come from? Where did the money come from? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Where did the money come from? And see, these people really cared about the flag. That's why an American flag lies on the ground beside the trash at the end of the protest. They were handing out the flags at the start of the protests. It's a stark change from the Mexican and Palestinian flags typically flown at these protests. Mm-hmm. What's this? Critical thinking says W stream, Jim. I don't know what that means. W stream. I'm confused what that means. But thank you for the 5. With that 5, that takes us now. We are $69 away from a second additional hour. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, they love this nation, Lamar. What's up, Trump and Air? Thank you very much. Wow. Oh, W equals wow. Wow stream. Is that it? Wow stream? Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Winning stream? Win, Jim? I don't know. Then we got, so now we are $64 away from a second additional hour. Mm-hmm. Let me double check here. Let me look here. Mm-hmm. King's Crossing was supposed to end in Union Square less than 3 hours after the protest is largely dissipated before reaching its endpoint. Lots of elderly protesters now sitting and relaxing after the 1.5-mile walk. So yeah, so like they didn't even make it. They're like, oh, we're too old to make it to the end. This is a very base take on a No King protest. Freedom doesn't mean you get your way. It means I get to call you out for being this ridiculous. Freedom fighters, what I see is cosplayers with Amazon Prime signs and oat milk rage. They post resist tyranny from a Starbucks on Wi-Fi. That's not rebellion. It's a cry for a participation trophy. You're not oppressed. You're just bored and allergic to accountability. Like Nick Shirley, he tries to be calm and get answers. Shows how these people can't answer. Just yell and call them names. Yeah, well, yeah, they got tired and quit. Yeah. We didn't protest Biden's got to go. No, I mean, that's like, winning. So this is a fun stream. You get W's. Oh, okay. W for winning. All right, I get it now. Let me fix Bella's camera. I didn't realize she moved. There we go. Bella's hanging out. Keeping an eye on the Cash App QR code. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this guy right here. Ready? This is a...
Yo, why are we back here again? Another No Kings protest is happening this Saturday. I guess the first one failed and they needed a redo. Freedom doesn't mean you get your way. It means I get to call you out for being this damn ridiculous. The freedom fighters What I see are cosplayers with Amazon Prime signs and oat milk rage. You scream no kings while worshiping your favorite influencer like they walk on kombucha. You post resist tyranny from a Starbucks on Wi-Fi wearing $200 sneakers made by child labor overseas. Congratulations, your rebellion comes with a loyalty program. You hate the system. You are the system. You beg the same government that you claim to hate to wipe your ass. Forgive your loans, regulate your neighbor's sneeze, and ban mean tweets, and post that you don't like. That's not rebellion, that's a cry for a participation trophy with benefits. A subscription plan for state-sponsored babysitting. You think holding a sign that says no kings while filming a TikTok dance about oppression makes you a hero? That's content, not activism. You're not leading a movement, you're chasing an algorithm. You say we don't do kings. Okay, if that's the case, then stop acting like court jesters for whatever celebrity, politician, or blue check cult leader tells you what to think. You are not oppressed. You're just bored and allergic to accountability. Bottom line is you don't hate kings, you hate mirrors. Because every time you look in one, you see the spoiled subject of your own tiny monarchy of self-importance. So yeah, go ahead, knock yourself out. The rest of us are going to be watching college football anyway. March, chant, hashtag, do whatever the fuck you got to do to help you sleep at night. Just remember that freedom is not your prop, it's your privilege. And some of us still treat it like it means something. Who'd have thought?
Some kid was saying all sorts of slang words to you during Rivals last night. I said, I don't know what you're saying. I'm 38. He said, oh, my bad, auntie. Maybe he probably was Asian or something, because that's what they call people in like Asia is auntie. Maybe. I don't know. Chinese agents. They also get mad at bombing drug cartel bullets. Where are they when they've been bringing drug killing our kids for years? Yeah. Yeah, this guy is smarter than 50% of the people. Yes, he is. Too bad their precious Kamala lost. Yeah. And Jim, you've been unavailable. How were crowds for the protest thingy today? From what I've seen, they weren't that great. They're trying to astroturf it to make it seem they were better than they were. But what I see, it was a flop. That's what I see. A flop. Sorry, I had a cough. So let's see here. Guys, protesters at the No Kings protest at the California Capitol in Sacramento yell free Palestine and F Trump. Kind of ironic since Trump just got a peace deal between Israel and Hamas, and thousands of Palestinian detainees were just literally freed by Israel. Buy one Palestine, get one free. So, yeah. And this says, new liberal No Kings protester celebrates the assassination of Charlie Kirk. As Democrats need to get meaner. Oh wait, we saw this. Is that woman? This is that crazy lady that says, "Oh yeah, not Francis. Yeah, we no." She's one that basically says anybody she disagrees with should be murdered. That's what she said. And then a significant clash between the No Kings militants and the Illinois State Police. What's this? Oh hey, Trump says everybody needs to understand that half the people in this nation are normies, meaning clueless. Thank you, Trumpinator, for another 5. And with that, it means we are $59 away from a second additional hour. Thank you very much. You wonder if some didn't come here to free Palestine, just wanted to show they have TDS. Maybe. Yeah. And I want you to notice these green helmet people. This is who they need to get rid of, is these green helmet people. I mean, if I was a cop, those people with the green helmets on would be the first people I would plunk in the face.
Back up!
touch me, you will go to jail. Back to the police.
The green helmets, yes, the green helmets are the commie lawyers. They're communists. The National Lawyers Guild. It's they're communist lawyers. They're set up by the Communist Party and socialists, the Democrat socialists. That's who they're. That's who they are. That's who they are. Commies. Yeah, donate to Border Hawk. He's a good guy. Donate to the Border Hawk. He's the hawk of the borders. Let's see, was there something else under this? I know there was something under it. Chuds in command. The sun has set, boomers have gone home, and now the crazies are left. This is when the fun begins, yeah? Fix Bella's camera. She keeps... Bella, you got to stop moving so much, honey. I'm running out of room here. Your way you're laying is making it difficult. Free bread and wine, yeah. Yeah, they're lawyers. It's they're commie lawyers. That's what they do. You always see Spotted at No Kings event. You just can't make this up. Literally solidifies everything we've been telling you. Yep, USA ID. Watch as an absolute melee breaks out between Illinois State Police and far-left agitators outside the ICE facility in Broadview. Ow! Ow! There'd be a lot more owing if I was there in charge, I'd say. That's why they're yelling, "What's your name?" Because they have a fund to bond them out. They did the same thing with all the riots in 2020. They would be there, they'd get the names, they pay the bond to get them right back out on the street. The more violent, the better, causing more problems. The National Lawyers Guild is also funded through the Tides Foundation from George Soros. It says the No Kings protest was fun today. Lots of emotionally stable and rational humans.
With a shirt that says "For Charlie."
Because I advocate for free speech, and I absolutely love
free speech. Wear a shirt that says "Free Speech." Wear a shirt that says "Promote free debate." Free press.
You get triggered because it has Charlie on there, right?
Because he was a racist. Because he was a misogynist, and that means that you are too. Because you support him. Get out! Get out of here! He hated people. Yeah, just he hated anyone that wasn't white, that wasn't male, that wasn't straight. With a shirt that says.
These people are fucking retards, all of them. Leftist rider shoves a DHS agent and instantly gets arrested. Let's see.
You guys are the terrorists. That's how you're behaving.
That's fucking wild, right? Federal taxpayers paying for federal property. This is my fucking property.
It's their property. Oh, they pay for it. Oh. Yep. Yeah, this is Portland. I would imagine things are getting kind of spicy right now in Portland. And, yeah, they panic because they took the signs because they're going to check for fingerprints. Yeah. Notice all the speakers like Mahdi Hassan were behind glass. Yeah, why would they be behind glass? Well, that was weird, right? What do they got to fear? Thank you for the $10. Thank you very much. And with that, we are now $49 away from a second additional hour. $49 away from a second additional hour. Thank you very much. He was friends with Candace Owens, you retard. Yeah. These people are so dumb, So dumb. So dumb. So dumb. Mm-hmm. We're almost through all this stuff about We're almost through it. Almost through all the stuff about the No King stuff. So, federal agents just rushed out of the Portland and made targeted arrests of rioters who assaulted agents. Massive amounts of tear gas were deployed. Feds are showing no mercy on the Antifa terrorists tonight. I hope so, man.
Here we go now. Well.
Me too. This is what I voted for. This is what I voted for.
You think your mom's proud of you? You think your family's proud of what you're fucking doing?
I'm proud of these guys. You also voted for this, yes. Oh. I want them all behind bars. I would settle for some, I don't know, maybe go back to the way they used to, like fire hoses, rock salt, and some shotguns, stuff like that. They should be using stingers. If I was doing it, I guarantee a number of my family would be proud. Mine too. Most definitely. Says federal agents acted decisively to protect personnel and enforce federal law against the violent agitators targeting ICE facilities. Targeted arrests are standard protocol when federal property and officers face assault. This isn't mercy, it's necessary deterrence. The administration's lawful authority to secure facilities and personnel remains non-negotiable, despite performative outrage from those enabling the chaos. The National Guard deployment under Title 10 authority was blocked by judicial overreach. It's a judicial coup. The federal agents will continue to uphold the order against anarchist elements. Portland's refusal to cooperate with immigration enforcement created this crisis. Every tear gas canister deployed reflects the cost of letting lawlessness fester. Hey, thank you, Beautiful Messy Ball. Because when you ask them to actually find a clip to prove he's racist and they can't either give up or take a snotty again, they become fans. Yeah, meme fans. Yeah, it's that's why, that's the problem. They can't because he wasn't. He wasn't any of the things they claim. You know. And with that, we are now $44 away from a second additional hour. $44 away from a second additional hour. Yeah. Napalm and frags. I thought it said frogs, but frags. Yeah, that works for me too. Yes, I pray for ice. Some of these Looney Tunes are actually dangerous. People in my family attacked by them during BLM. Yeah, it's crazy. They are nuts, man. You're jealous with all these guys. You miss it. Yeah. Well, mask's not working. Yeah. Yeah. Rock salt would work wonders. You know, skunk spray. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Flammenwerfer. Oh, Flammenwerfer. Yeah, that would be great. I don't know if people know what that is. Mm-hmm. Honestly, the bigger question is, what do so many people that are just crazy? We need like let's call them like parks. You know, like parks where we could park them and keep them together and treat them. You know, like I would say we need somewhere where we could concentrate them together, but that has negative overtones. We can't imprison all those people. We need to break the systems that created them. Well, we need to get them, and we need to get them thinking right, as they say. We need attitudinal adjustments. If you want to throw frogs, might be interesting. Yeah. It says, I mean, to be clear, the last 3 times someone was up on a roof shooting people for political reasons, the shooter was on the no king side of the political aisle. Because the political moment, there's multiple snipers with scopes and rifles on a roof of the National Gallery above the D.C. No Kings rally. D.C. police say they're part of necessary security, but the crowd doesn't know that and is freaking out that someone's going to get shot. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, look, your Palestine flag. Oh, yeah, look at this. Yeah, okay, yeah. Mm. Mm-hmm. And this is Xi Van Fleet. She's a refugee, an actual refugee from communist China. She just came back from the No Kings rally in D.C., and here's her observation. It's true, I did not see a king. The crowd was not that big, and the street parking was not hard to find. The majority of the people are white. There are too many older people, 60s radicals, I guess. There were so many costumes, it seemed like a Halloween party. Mm-hmm. Yeah, talk about believing your own propaganda. Yeah. Oh, they got music playing. I don't like the music playing. Oh, look at radicalized by basic decency. Yeah, these were probably Weather Underground people from the 60s. Look at them. Yeah, these are fucking the same radical fucks that were throwing bombs in the 60s and 70s when they were on a campaign of bombing police stations in the 60s and 70s. Same people.
Can't study Germany without
It's not okay.
Yep, that's what it is. Same people. Mm-hmm. A new F-ICE sign sits atop a Maywood police vehicle near the Broadview ICE facility. Cam Higbee says the cars were unoccupied before the authorities eventually returned to the vehicles and drove away without removing the sign. Yeah, Homer's mother. Yeah. Like a zoo. Definitely. Yeah, zoos are fun. Yeah. They're a good time.
So we've got these unoccupied police cars here that they have put their signs on. These are Maywood police cars. We're on the line of Maywood and Broadview right now.
It seems like that's what they try to do. They try to play music so that they can copyright strike it.
put their
You all may be too young to remember that. What the Weather Underground, the bombings in the 70s and 80s? I mean, you got to study history. You have to know. Yeah, the cops are also Antifa. Yeah. Time for the Insurrection Act, send in the National Guard. Clash between Illinois State Police and protesters outside the facility. Mayhem at the ICE Broadway facility as No King's protest turns violent from Border Hawk. I mean, you see all those green helmets. Look at how many lawyers are there. Why is there so many lawyers there? Yeah, where was all this protesting when Clinton, Bush, Obama deported people? Because it's not about the deporting people. It's really not, Jay Wills. Thank you for the $5. It's because they hate. There's this weird thing that's broken their brains about Trump. I mean, they started when Trump was inaugurated in 2017. Remember, with the Women's March and all the stuff, and it's been nonstop. It's been a constant thing. The left is scared that they're losing power, and they're afraid, and they have to do this because they have to make it so difficult. So they're hoping people, take the tact like Destiny when Destiny said, where, well, you guys keep electing Trump, we're going to keep doing this if you keep electing these people. If you don't let us have power and do what we want, we're going to keep killing you and doing stuff. Most lawyers are commies. Yes, they are. Yes. And with that, we are now $39 away from a second additional hour. With that $5, Jay Wills, thank you. $39 away from a second additional hour. It's all about the framing. Yes, it is. It's about the framing. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, they are paid. Yes, they are paid, not self-driven. Definitely paid. Mm-hmm. It seems like lawyers never hardly work for free either. Wonder how much their games make. They are paid. They have there's a fund. It's like the Tides Foundation and Open Society and Communist Party and all these other things that are also. It's all come from Soros, USAID, other stuff, different groups paying them. So yes, no, they're paid. They're paid. Those lawyers are paid a salary. They have to go out and do this. They sign up for it because they're true believer communists. A wall of Illinois State Police advance on Antifa outside of the Broadview facility. Oh, this is going to be good. Look at it. You guys ready for this? You guys ready for Bisque? I want to. Oh, there's nothing there. What was that? That's a bogus video, man. Why do you trick me like that? Border Hawk. Yeah. Is that someone wearing a chicken costume? Yeah, it is. All right. And it says, watch furries join the anti-Trump No Kings protest in D.C. What's it say? Consider that Palantir's contract with the FBI, CIA, ICE, DHS. Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, TDS for sure, and NGOs with the money paying. Yeah. Are the National Guard going to Portland? The National Guard are. Here's the thing: it's the National Guard were federalized, but the judge said that they couldn't deploy them or something. It's going to have to. The Supreme Court and Amy Coney Barrett is playing games. in the Seventh Circuit. She said, "Well, I want to find out from the state what's going on instead of doing the stay." So there's, gave them till Monday to respond. So basically, letting this unlawful TRO, stay in place. Mm-hmm. Mo thanks or no thanks. Any one of the crazies could have 3 arms, definitely. Mm-hmm. Leftist Democrats at the No Kings protest in Washington on Saturday wore inflatable costumes to show their opposition to President Trump. When the first round of No Kings protests happened, leftists avoided the nation's capital. However, Saturday saw many of them show up on a national mall in brightly colored costumes. Well, I don't know. I mean, they're calling them furries. I know what a furry is. They're not furries. They're just weirdos. One woman told the crowd, "If you're willing to be in an inflatable dinosaur, we need you. Who wants to be in an inflatable dinosaur?" Photos taken by Bright in our show, protesters in costume range from dinosaurs, bald eagles, frogs, peacocks, and lobsters. Well, that kind of looks like a furry. Isn't that a furry right there in his suit? Isn't that a furry? Yeah. I mean, these suits aren't a furry, but that's a furry right there. In a video posted online, a man seen wearing a dress with the No King symbol and a picture of Tylenol on his chest. He's also wearing a black and white animal ears that resemble the furry subculture wherein people dress as anthropomorphic animal characters. A woman standing near the man held a sign that read, "I am a paid Antifa terrorist disguised as a grandma." Yeah, so see, they play the music so you can't to try and keep you from doing it. These people are some weird people, man. Really weird people. Real weird people. Breitbart News' live video showed a person dressed up as a Trump baby holding a sign that read, "Fascism wears diapers now." Yeah, no, they're mentally ill. Yeah, they are. They're mentally ill. During a press conference on Friday, Speaker Johnson said the leftists will be engaged in a Hate America rally over the weekend. He said Americans expect to see the Marxists, the socialists, and the Antifa advocates, anarchists, and the pro-Hamas wing of the far-left Democrat Party, who collectively described as the modern Democrat Party. Oh, look, it's a Piglosi made. Yeah. That's where they've gone, and the Hate America rally is the common theme among these groups. Listen to the language they use themselves. Many of them don't like living in America. They hate capitalism. They hate our free enterprise system. They hate our principles. They hate the idea that we've come into work every day to fight for and preserve the greatest nation in the history of the world. Now, OAN says second round of No Kings protests spread across the U.S. They said demonstrators are protesting the Trump administration across all 50 states in 2,500 planned No Kings events. I mean, some people say they want to delay reopening the government for that this is not a king. Trump said, they're saying they're referring to me as a king. I'm not. First round of the protests in June, they say, with 5 million people across the country came together. They're waving Palestinian flags, and he just ended the war between Hamas and Israel. Pretty dumb. But consider we accept that our genders are what they feel and not biology, then furries, aka clinical lycanthropy, is just as valid as trans ideology. It is. Organizers claim the movement is nonpartisan. Yeah, it's all Democrats. It is partisan. And then, however, the protest official partner include 24 political action committees that aim to elect Democrats. On the list are the Indivisible Action, Hollywood Democrats, West Side Democrat Headquarters, 504 Democrat Club, College Democrats. Former Vice President Kamala Harris released a video on social media urging people to join the No Kings activities, despite receiving the Democrat nomination without receiving any votes. She's nuts. Yeah, a woman who was crowned with the Democrat nomination without receiving a single vote encouraged people to show up at the No Kings protest. Yeah, King is not elected for 4 years, 2 times at most. Billionaire George Soros is reportedly funding many of these organizations, leading to the No Kings protest. Indivisible, for example, received a $3 million grant last year from Soros's Open Society Foundation. They call it No Kings, but what they built is empire of tax-exempt organizations doing the Democrat Party's work on the taxpayers' dime. They are using every excuse in the book, from immigration to Israel to rage bait America. There is nothing charitable about their professional protest enterprise, and they should be investigated for fomenting so much hate in America behind the shield of charity work. That's what a king would say, yeah. The day is coming when they will not be able to control the monster they created. Oh. Trump has directed the Department of Justice to investigate any violations of the RICO statute, which would result up to 20 years in prison. Protesters are also organizing across European countries. Yeah, they're organizing across European countries that actually have kings. It's kind of weird. In Rome, people march saying, "No kings, not my president." You know. Then we got this story. We got an illegal alien offered $10,000 bounties to kill ICE agents and was arrested in Dallas. This guy. Homeland Security announced the arrest of Eduardo Aguilar, an illegal alien from Mexico living in Dallas, after he used TikTok to solicit the murder of U.S. ICE agents. His post, written in Spanish, called for 10 dudes in Dallas with determination who aren't afraid. Skull emojis, and offered $10,000 for each ICE agent killed. It was a direct solicitation for murder broadcast publicly on social media. Yeah, armed illegal alien freed 5 times under Biden arrested. Oh, let's see this.
A peace plan for Gaza, a ceasefire in place, but Hamas is choosing terror and on a ramp.
Join ICE with bonuses up to $50,000 and generous benefits. Join.ice.gov.
Agents, you don't want to be attacked. If you're law enforcement, you took an oath.
The post circulated for days before law enforcement tracked him down. I thought it was going to actually be like a news story, not just some people talking. Yeah, NGOs are what courts and government use to do things without appearing to be the ones doing them. Yeah, they shield the money that way. They get plausible deniability. At the time of his arrest, Aguilar was found with a loaded 9mm handgun in his vehicle. Federal law prohibits illegal aliens from possessing firearms, making his possession of a weapon a felony. Tricia McLaughlin praised law enforcement for acting quickly to capturing Aguilar. She emphasized that his arrest prevented a possible tragedy, noting that Aguilar had a firearm at the time of his capture. McLaughlin stressed that ICE officers regularly face ambushes, terrorist attacks, and death threats simply for carrying out immigration laws passed by Congress. Aguilar's history shows why the system continues to fail. He entered the United States illegally in 2018 as an unaccompanied minor. In February 2019, an immigration judge issued him a final order of deep removal. Yet, like countless others, he remained in the country, ignoring the order and accumulating a criminal record. His past charges in the U.S. included violations of liquor laws, but he was never deported. Wow, that's getting a little ticky-tack. Liquor laws. Failure to carry out removal orders allowed Aguilar to remain free long enough to escalate from minor crimes to plotting violence against federal officers. What about the illegal that was the superintendent of the largest school in, it was Iowa. It was Iowa school. Yeah, well, turns out he was a liar, beautiful Messy Ball. He lied. And how could you believe that a criminal would lie, an illegal alien would lie? He said he was a citizen. He lied. So they said, how are we supposed to know when he lied to us? You know, he told us he lied about having a doctorate degree, graduating college, and he lied. You know, and everything the Democrats do is on the honor system. They go, oh, well, it's people just said. You know, like the people that don't vote, like legals don't vote because they'd have to lie to vote, and we know they wouldn't lie. The investigation was handled by a coalition of agencies, including ICE, FPS, and Dallas's field office of FBI, and the Dallas Police Department, and Texas DPS, Marshal Service, and ATF. Their combined work ensured Aguilar's capture before his online threats could become a deadly reality. Yep, no one verifies anything. They can't. They make it against the law to verify. They say you can't check somebody's ID. You can't ask for ID or proof of citizenship. The case highlights the dangerous consequences of ignoring immigration law. Aguilar was ordered removed over 6 years ago, yet remained in Dallas until his arrest. His threats demonstrate how quickly unchecked illegal immigration can escalate to a public safety crisis. ICE agents are already facing hostility from activists and politicians who treat enforcement as optional. Now they're being hunted by criminals who see them as targets. The arrest in Dallas is a reminder that immigration enforcement is not a political talking point. It's a matter of life and death. Federal officers must be protected, and those who threaten them must face swift, severe, permanent justice. So same thing. Legal immigrant offered $10,000 bounty. He was taken into custody October 14th, 5 days after he made the post. Says he's been arrested. So, yeah, he had a 9mm handgun. Yeah, Jim tells you, IG's me, IG's me. I don't ignore you. What are you talking about? Oh. I don't ignore you. Why? Is somebody streaming right now? Somebody go live on me? Not that it matters. People can go live. It's not a competition. It's not a competition. Oh, Yellow Flash is streaming. Potentially Criminal streaming. Camelot streaming. Mersh is streaming. Yellow Flash is streaming. Even EVS is streaming. Oh, not really. Oh, and Cecil's streaming. A bunch of people streaming. Anyway, yeah, hit the like and subscribe. Hit like and subscribe, man. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. And please subscribe. Yeah. Hello, Choosy. What's up? Yes, Choosy's here. What's up? Order Malta themselves, print their own passport. Wait and see. They print all kinds of horseshit passports in addition. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They do. They do. They do. Do they do. They do. Do they do. They do. Okay. This is going to be a minute. About 30 seconds. I have to redo the goal for the next hour. Okay. All right. And I have to open some more tabs because we have went through all the tabs I had open. But that's all right. I got a bunch more. Give me a second here. What do we think? Do we think that this No Kings rally thing is going to just be, they're going to keep pulling the shit? Or do we think they're going to open the government now? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's possible to open the government now. This is what they were just pulling the shit. I mean, I hope that Republicans don't give in and let them give this money, because that would suck, because we don't want all the money. Go. We really don't. We need to protect the money. We need to get the budget down. We need to actually start paying down the debt. We have way too much debt. 37 trillion and counting. I don't like any deficit spending at all. We need to get immigration completely under control. That's my opinion. $20 seconds. 10 seconds. And that's it. All right. Now I got them all open. All right. So this story is about people are claiming that we're getting ready to go to war with Venezuela. One streamer is reporting a car hit a protester in LA. Did you already cover that one? I did not see anything about a car hitting anybody. Ash Schumer just passed Congress, just waiting on the Senate. Yeah. You don't know if those do anything, but there you go. What do you mean? Foxblade redeemed hats off you, 1,000. I don't know what that is. I don't know what those do either. Honestly, I don't have any idea. I don't know anything about those. I don't know anything about Twitch. I don't know how it works. I appreciate it. I don't know what it does. I have no clue. So, but I appreciate it. Fox Blade. I don't know what it does. Probably about oil. Yeah, probably. So yeah. Following airstrikes on suspected Venezuelan drug runners and calls for CIA operations inside Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro spoke English in a recorded message for President Trump. He said, "Not war, just peace with the people of the United States." Maduro is asking Trump for peace. Will they make a deal?
Not war. Just peace. Decirle al pueblo de Estados Unidos, no a la guerra. No queremos una guerra en el Caribe ni en Sudamérica. No. Not war. Just peace. Not war. Se diría así. ¿Quién habla inglés aquí? Tú, Daniela. ¿Está bien así? No war, just peace on the people of the United States. Please. Please, please, please.
War. Yeah, he wants Guar to come and perform.
Listen to me. Not war, just peace. The people of the United States. De parte de the People Bolivarian Republic. Not war.
So that's what he's saying now, because Maduro's sudden peace plea reeks of desperation after Trump's decisive strikes exposed Venezuela's narco-terrorist networks. The CIA's authorization isn't about regime change; it's about forcing accountability on a corrupt regime flooding U.S. streets with drugs and chaos. Real peace comes from strength, not hollow diplomacy. Trump's strategy mirrors historic gains, leveraging overwhelming force to dismantle threats, then negotiate from dominance. He does talk funny. He's got a lisp. Remember, this is the same regime that emptied prisons into the U.S. cities and laughed at diplomatic solutions for years. Weakness invites aggression. Resolve ends it. Maduro isn't seeking peace. He's buying time. The only deal that matters is full compliance with U.S. demands, or the heat keeps rising. That's cute. They think Venezuela could put up a fight. If we went to war with Venezuela, it wouldn't be a war. It would be a one-sided massacre. It would be over in less than a week. Less than a week, if that. Like probably a couple days, 2-3 days would be over. Yeah, Trump took out a submarine. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Most won't assimilate, think we owe them something, take our jobs. Well, Doge is a nice guy, but we need to go home. Sorry. That's right. They need to go home. Everybody must go home. And you got CNN's Abby Phillips is criticizing Trump and insists that Venezuela's Maduro isn't all that bad when it comes to narco-terrorism. Scott Jennings fires back. Hey, Duck Fat, man. Thanks for stopping by. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Duck Fat. Nice to see you, Duck Fat. So nice, so nice, so nice, so nice, so nice. So nice, so nice, so nice. Yeah, it would be over in minutes. Yeah, it wouldn't take long. Wouldn't take very long at all. So here, we'll let them talk instead of me reading it, because
has been a policy that failed in that region. So why is he seemingly engaging in that same kind of policy now and then not going to Congress and asking for authorization?
Legitimate question. I think Venezuela is a different kind of country. It's not really a real country. It's a narco-terrorist state. In his first term, he unleashed economic sanctions on them. We put a bounty on Maduro. I mean, we did all the things short of going to war with Venezuela to stop them from importing drugs into the United States. It did not work. They have continued to be a narco-terrorist state. They continue to flood drugs into the United States and dangerous people. And so one of the things about the America First movement and the MAGA movement is in Middle America, they believe our government has not taken a hard enough line against people who have put deadly drugs into this country. They promised this. And honestly, I think he's going to have a lot of political support for stopping these narco-terrorists.
Look, I do think that it's politically convenient to lay at the feet of Venezuela the drug problem that we have in this country, but it also is not aligned with the facts. According to the United States' own, assessments, Mexico-based transnational criminal organizations are primarily responsible for the supply of illicit drugs, including fentanyl, to the U.S. market. Venezuela is not really a player in fentanyl, which is the predominant killer of Americans in terms of drugs. But what is a problem is that Venezuela is a failed state that is run by a dictator. And if the agenda is to regime change and to get rid of a dictator, I'm sure there are many Americans, Democrat and Republican, who support Maduro going bye-bye.
Yeah, framing to sell the war. Yeah, they don't care. We'd be in Mexico.
Not blaming it on drug trafficking.
We should be in Mexico, to tell you the truth.
Relatively minor issue.
I mean, here's the bottom line. Bottom line, folks. Mexico is a failed narco state also. It's been a failed narco state since, forever. Since the first Guadalajara cartel. Since the, Slim Man, Gallego, which is strange. The head of the first major cartel that was an entire Mexican cartel, his name was Gallego, and we have a senator from Arizona named Gallego. I wonder if they're related. Newsflash, yes, they are related. And Colombia, that's right, Colombia. But Colombia is not so much a problem. The Colombian government does pretty much what we want them to. Panama tried to fuck around, and well, you've seen how it happened there with Noriega. Does anyone did George H.W. Bush get permission from anybody to go into Noriega, or was it Operation Just Cause? Was it Just Cause? I think it was Just Cause. I don't know. Just Cause. Oh, Bella's moving again.
Compared to drug trafficking that comes from Mexico.
Well, how much do you want to accept? I think you're downplaying.
I know, it's not a how much do you want to accept.
I think you're downplaying.
Where is the problem coming from? And it's coming from Mexico.
I think you're downplaying what they do in Venezuela, A. B.
I'm not downplaying it. It's just factually less significant than what is happening in Mexico.
B. I would support military strikes on drug operations in Mexico, to be honest with you, and I think a lot of Americans would as well.
My biggest point, Scott, is that this doesn't seem to really be about the drugs. I think it's about Maduro. And if it's about Maduro, don't you think Americans ought to
they're
know
one and the same. He is a drug lord.
Don't you think Americans ought to know that if that's the agenda, regime change, that that's what they're doing?
The U.S. Senate does, and it's so much so.
And it's so much so that there's been a failed effort to try and stop Trump or get votes, and it's been all the Democrats and two rhinos. Yeah. Two rhinos trying to side with the Democrats, but they still don't have enough people. They just don't have enough. They don't have enough people to do something about. This is why I'm here, added history lessons. Oh, yeah, it's great. I'm full of all types of useless information. Yeah. Here it is right here from the Sun, the New York Sun. Trump's Caribbean buildup aims to oust Nicolas Maduro, sources tell the Sun. He had the chance to leave on his own volition. He refused, and now he will face the consequences, says a person close to the White House. Sources close to the White House confirmed the purpose of the Trump administration's military buildup in and around Venezuela is nothing less than removal of the nation's de facto ruler, Nicolas Maduro. Captor says that's a peaceful-looking dog. Yeah, that's a peaceful dog. I've never had to shock that dog with a shock collar once. Never once. Maduro's time is up. Former Venezuelan counter-narcotics chief and founder of the Global Organization for Security and Intelligence, John Obadola, tells the Sun. For years, critics accused Washington of letting Venezuela's criminal regime operate at will on America's doorstep. That era, officials say, is likely over. The Trump administration's new campaign has redefined Venezuela as a battlefield in a hemispheric war on organized crime. Does anyone know the term the Monroe Doctrine? Does anyone know the term the Monroe Doctrine? The Monroe Doctrine has been U.S. policy for over 150 years. And that policy states that anything that happens in this hemisphere, the United States is in charge of. Now, you can say that's wrong to do, but That's the way it's been, and we don't let other people fuck around in our part of the world. Whatever happens in the old world, let them happen in the old world. What happens in the new world, bees us. And says, I think Gary Webb highlighted the real issue. Our CIA Mossad uses and supports narcos, Fast and Furious, Pegasus on Intel, a hacking tool in order to raise dark money to fund their operations. Well, yeah, the Iran-Contra. You know, the whole thing, it go freeway Ricky Ross was part of Iran-Contra. The stuff was coming through the Sandinistas, the Nicaraguans, and the El Salvadoran refugees, whatever you want to call them, that were living in the U.S., passing the money and stuff down through the drugs out into L.A. through Freeway Ricky Ross and other people in other places. And, you know, yeah. And Gary Webb got killed for it. Just saying. A bunch of other people did too. Yep. And all the drugs that were flying into a little airport in Arkansas, in Mena, Arkansas. And just happened to have been the governor by a guy by the name of Bill Clinton, was governor of Arkansas. And he was able to outmaneuver George H.W. Bush, the former head of the CIA, which for the CIA backing, to become president. Because he was going to keep the drug shits going in the 90s. If you think about that, did the drug problem get worse or better with Clinton in office? Drug problem got a lot worse with Clinton in office because he let him free reign to bring more in. It's almost impossible to see a scenario in which Maduro continues in power into the new year. A research professor at the United States Army War College, Even Ellis, tells The Sun. If I get Alex Stein first, Joe will be jealous. Well, I don't know. I mean, I do have an inside track to Alex Stein's producer, Jimmy. I do communicate with him occasionally on Twitter. We DM each other, so it's possible I could get him, but I don't know. Trump administration is being careful not to characterize the purpose of its recent military actions, which includes military buildup near Venezuela and targeted strikes on drug boats that have killed 27 people so far, as regime change. But this is largely a semantic distinction, since the administration officials do not consider Mr. Maduro, whose re-election in July 2025 was marred by blatant fraud, as the president at all. America formally recognizes his challenger in the election, Edmundo Gonzalez Urita, as the legitimate president of Venezuela. Yeah. Yeah, the Clinton airport drug thing was in a documentary, yeah. Yeah. A guy by the name of Mr. McPickle was flying in the drugs, but his real name was, well, I don't know if it's actually his real name. I don't know if it was a fake name too, because it was a CIA guy named Barry Seal was the pilot bringing it in. Yes. And there's a movie called American Made with Tom Cruise, which isn't extremely, like, really super accurate, but it's accurate enough to give you an idea. Yeah, and then you remember the U.S. military protected poppy fields for the Sackler family? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Nevertheless, few in Washington believe Maduro, who's already announced mobilization of millions of citizen militias, will step down without a fight. Maduro isn't going to leave on his own. In recent weeks, the administration authorized an aggressive campaign blending counter-narcotics and counter-terrorism authorities to dismantle the criminal networks that finance the Venezuelan regime. The new doctrine empowers the CIA and the United States Southern Command to target cartel elements operating under state protection. President Trump on Wednesday confirmed that he had approved covert CIA operations against Venezuela's drug trafficking organizations. Within days, American forces conducted a series of maritime strikes. It's almost like Trump just read the book Clear and Present Danger by Tom Clancy. The prophet may be, peace be upon him, Tom Clancy, which you should read a couple other books by Tom Clancy, one called The Bear and the Dragon, which that would really tell him what has to happen in Eastern Europe. But whatever. Within days, the American forces conducted a series of maritime strikes, destroying several drug smuggling vessels and killing 27 traffickers. American B-52 bombers staged a show of force off Venezuela's coast. Ooh, buddy. While a task force of warships and 10,000 personnel enforced maritime interdiction across the region. You saw the movie, the book was better. The book was better. I wish they would make a movie about Bear and the Dragon. Oh my Lord, that would be a great movie. Yeah. It's funny how oaths mean nothing in D.C. Yeah, they don't. 2 survivors from one of the sunken boats were pulled from the water and are now being held on board a Navy ship. Unnamed sources told Reuters that their capture of the men, the first to be taken alive, raises questions about whether they will be treated as prisoners of war or suspected or as criminals. I don't think we could arrest them. I mean, they didn't bring anything into the U.S. per se. So it's possible that maybe they should just get transferred to another country. Mr. Trump has hinted that American forces may next turn their attention to targets on the Venezuelan mainland. We are certainly looking at land now because we got to see very well under control. With the growing show of American force, Admiral Alvin Halsey, who leads the American military operations in Latin America, announced his resignation effective December 12th. Well, yes, this guy who Biden appointed 2 days after Trump won to try to be a thorn in Trump's side is going. Who should play Jack Ryan? Well, that guy, what's his name? Jim from The Office is playing Jack Ryan in the TV show, so that you could do that. You could keep him. Hold on a second. Oh. In 2020, the U.S. Department of Justice charged Mr. Maduro with narco-terrorism and conspiracy to import tons of cocaine in the United States, detailing how Venezuela's armed forces facilitated shipment through the Cartel de las Soles, a network of senior officers who turned the state into a trafficking empire. Washington initially offered $15 million for information leading to Maduro's arrest. In August, the campaign escalated and the bounty was raised to $50 million. Harrison Ford was better than Alec Baldwin, yeah. They also, if you don't remember, there was Ben Affleck played Jack Ryan in a movie called The Sum of All Fears, but they completely twisted that movie up. We think Dead of Honor was the last Clancy fiction. Dead of Honor is a great book. Great book. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that Dead of Honor is the book, I'm like 99% sure, the book where Clancy predicted that they would use planes as weapons to crash them into the Pentagon and stuff. In the Capitol. Maduro's own family has been accused of involvement in drug trafficking circles. In 2015, 2 nephews of his wife, Celia Flores, were arrested in Haiti attempting to smuggle 800 kilos of cocaine into America. Both were later convicted in federal court and sentenced to lengthy prison terms. Their ties to the presidential family, prosecutors believe, underscore how the Maduro clan has converted state power into a personal trafficking empire. The $50 million reward money and the operation of the CIA and other intelligence assets in the country would make locating key leadership targets and securing local cooperation, capturing and neutralizing them relatively straightforward if the president decides to do so. In response, Maduro bolstered military preparedness by ordering military exercises to be conducted inside shanty towns in Caracas and Miranda. In a message posted to Telegram, a senior social network, Mr. Maduro confirmed he was deploying the military, police, and civilian militia to defend Venezuela's mountains, coasts, schools, hospitals, factories, and markets. Yeah, and Ryan becomes an accidental president. Yeah. Yeah, and then that gets really good after that when, after Dead of Honor. Yeah. Yeah, because they crash it into the Capitol right after Ryan is sworn in as vice president, and so the president's killed and Ryan survives, becomes president, and then I think it's Executive Decision. It's the next book, Executive Decision, I think. Or Teeth of the Tiger, isn't it? No, I think it's Executive Decision. And then it's Baron the Dragon, and then Teeth of the Tiger. We view with extreme alarm the use of the CIA as well as military deployments. Foreign Minister Yvonne Gill said in a message. Trump defended the decision to authorize the CIA to plan operations in Venezuela, telling reporters that he did so because the country had emptied their prisons in the United States due to the ongoing drug flows. We have a lot of drugs coming from Venezuela, a lot of Venezuelan drugs coming through the sea, so we get to see that, but we're going to stop them by land also. Maduro has characterized the allegations of involvement in the Cartel de Solis as imperialist propaganda, but the regional security expert, Mr. Obadala, believes Maduro is not just complicit, he's the architect. Hair of the dog. Who needs a drink? You need a drink? His involvement in the drug trafficking is absolutely central, not peripheral. The Cartel of the Suns has been under full control of the Venezuelan revolutionary regime since the early 2000s. The cartel, he said, has served as a financial and operational engine of the regime since 2002, when a former president, Hugo Chavez, absorbed it into the state apparatus. Your daughter reminds me that if I bring any more books home, I'll be single. Well, I got books. I like to read. If it was after Mr. Maduro took office in 2013, Obey added that he recognized the astronomical profits that were generated by the drug trade, much of it literally stored in bunkers inside Venezuela and later moved to places like Guinea, Bissau, Iran, and Russia. Great album by Nazareth. Hair of the Dog. Oh. That's tonight's Jim Tell You chat trivia question of the moment. Who was selling Lincoln Continentals on cable TV about 11 years ago? Matthew McConaughey? Mm-hmm. Is that who should be, that who you're saying should be Matthew McConaughey? That's because he had the role in the thing called The Lincoln Lawyer, the movie. July 2025, the U.S. Treasury formally designated Cartel de Soles as a terrorist organization, citing its coordination with the transnational groups, including Mexico's Sinaloa cartel, Venezuela's Tren de Agua gang, and Mexico president this week denied such affiliation. Well, yeah. The designation allows American forces to treat cartel operatives as enemy combatants, removing legal barriers that once confined counter-narcotics efforts to policing. Washington is now aiming at dismantling the financial and logistical arteries of the Venezuelan state itself, which has long operated as a money laundering hub for cocaine revenues and illicit gold exports. After years of diplomatic half measures, the White House is responding to Mr. Maduro not as a head of state, but as a drug lord who reigns supreme over a regime built on narcotics, corruption, and repression. For military experts, it's a clear indication that Mr. Maduro's time as president may be coming to an abrupt end. Dun, 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 dun. Go back tomorrow and get them. There you go. Go get the books. Don't ever pass up on books. Okay. Right. Mm-hmm. And then we got this from this story. It says Trump and Maduro are both amassing military forces as tensions build in the Caribbean. Mm-hmm. As President Trump weighs military action inside Venezuela, building up forces in the Caribbean and flying B-52s off the country's coast, Maduro was responding in kind, repositioning troops, mobilizing millions of militia, and denouncing U.S. activity in the region as a sign of defiance. The strongman as two leaders are locked in a standoff. The Trump administration officials have privately acknowledged that the intensifying U.S. pressure campaign is aimed at ousting Maduro, a goal that was also the target of the Trump first term when the White House recognized Venezuelan opposition leader Juan Guaido as the legitimate president of the country in 2019. But as the Trump team ratchets up the pressure this fall, Maduro has in turn ramped up the rhetoric and propaganda for Venezuelans, while calling for a new military exercise by the Bolivarian National Armed Forces, which has some 123,000 members. In recent weeks, the U.S. military has moved warships and other weaponry into the region and has targeted boats off Venezuela's coast it says are transporting drugs. Then, on Wednesday, Trump acknowledged that he authorized the CIA to conduct covert action in Venezuela and said the United States was considering strikes on Venezuelan territory. I said Matthew McConaughey like 10 minutes ago, dude. We are certainly looking at the land now because we've gotten the sea very well under control. Maduro has claimed that his volunteer militias now have more than 8 million reservists, though experts have called to question that number as well as the quality of the troops' training. As of October 17th, 20 out of 23 Venezuelan states have been militarized as part of Maduro's military mobilizations called Independence 200. On Truth Social last month, Trump mocked a video of women, some who appeared to be overweight, they were fatties, running with guns during a purported training for the Venezuelan militia. The Trump administration has been quietly laying the groundwork for potential military action inside Venezuela for months by tying Maduro to drug traffickers and cartels that officials have designated as terror groups who pose an imminent threat to the U.S. But to date, there's no indication that Trump has decided to take the step or target the Venezuelan leader directly. Instead, the goal has been to pressure Maduro to step down on his own. Sources tell CNN in part by establishing a credible threat of U.S. military action if he does not. The recent strikes against alleged drug boats in the Caribbean are a clear message to Maduro, the source said, noting that the administration has been very intentional about linking the Venezuelan leader to trafficking groups and cartels. Trump said on Wednesday that he authorized the CIA to operate inside Venezuela to clamp down on the flows of migrants and drugs from South America, but stopped short of saying that they would be attempting to remove Maduro. The remarks are Trump's most expansive comments on his decision to expand the CIA's authority to conduct lethal strikes and carry out covert action in the region. In a televised speech Wednesday, Maduro denounced what he described as CIA's record of regime change and coup d'etats around the world. But our people are clear, united, and aware. We have the means to once again defeat this open conspiracy against the peace and stability of Venezuela. We don't sleep well. In Venezuela, daily life has continued despite the looming possibility of armed conflict with the United States. Near downtown Caracas, at the Teresa Carreno Theater, a sold-out musical premiered just days after a well-known salsa party brought together more than 1,000 people in the west of the city. But Venezuelans are increasingly discussing the U.S. warships in the Caribbean Sea and the fear of a possible U.S. attack. Venezuelans live in anxiety thinking about what might happen, said Yvonne Cana. Cana was a cook and said she lives in uncertainty and was worried about her family. She's been buying a little more food than usual to stock up at home. The fear, she said, is felt most at night. We don't sleep well. Some Venezuelans are cautiously showing their support for the U.S. pressure on Maduro. In recent days, banners bearing messages such as "It's happening," "Freedom loading 95%" has been displayed on at least 10 university campuses across the country. A form of peaceful protest in spaces where political issues are seldomly addressed due to the fear of government reprisals. Meanwhile, Maduro has further cracked down on civil liberties in Venezuela. At the end of September, the government announced that the president had signed a decree of external commotion, which he described as a constitutional defense tool in case the country faces military aggression. The state of emergency decree would allow Maduro to restrict constitutional guarantees and, according to analysts, would grant him broad political, social, and economic powers. They don't have any constitutional guarantees in Venezuela. Those are already gone. Maduro has accused the U.S. administration of trying to steal the country's oil for wealth. The nearby American military presence has drawn closer. The U.S. Air Force's B-52 bombers flew off the coast of Venezuela for more than 4 hours on Wednesday, according to open-source flight data reviewed by CNN. The bombers took off from Barksdale Air Force Base in Louisiana before dawn. 2 of them kept their location beacons activated inside Venezuela's flight information region, at one point coming within 53 miles of La Oquira Island, where Maduro forces carried out drills last month. At their closest point, the planes flew 132 miles from Venezuela's mainland at around 11:20 a.m. local time. The bombers remained in part of Venezuela's flight information region, that is international airspace, but patrolled by the country's aviation authority. Venezuela's FIR extends far beyond the country's airspace. B-52. Multiple sources told CNN the recent strikes on drug boats are just the beginning of a larger effort to rid the region of narco trafficking and dislodge Maduro from power. The military has carried out at least 6 strikes to date on 6 separate boats in the Caribbean. Is it Caribbean or Caribbean? Caribbean or Caribbean? It's tomato. I don't know. The argument that drug traffickers pose an imminent threat to America is at the core of the Trump administration's classified legal justification for carrying out the strikes. Justice Department's opinion also includes a secret and expansive list of groups that the Trump administration argues can now be treated as enemy combatants. Enemy combatants. The opinion is significant, legal experts say, because it appears to justify an open-ended war against a secret list of groups. It potentially offers a pretext for unilateral U.S. military action against a broad array of targets in the region. At the Pentagon, some military lawyers, including international law experts within the DoD, the Office of General Counsel, have raised concerns about the legality of the lethal strikes on suspected drug traffickers. Sources familiar with the matter said. You got some crybabies saying, I don't know, do we have the right to do this? How do we just attack people? We can. Multiple Pentagon lawyers previously told CNN that internal dissent is unlikely to dissuade the Trump administration from continuing its military campaign. Yeah, internal dissent, no. The latest indication of internal concerns over these strikes emerged on Thursday when the admiral overseeing U.S. Southern Command, which has responsibility for the forces, announced he's retiring just 1 year into his tenure. Tensions have been simmering between Pete Hegseth and Admiral Alvin Halsey for weeks before the admiral announced he was leaving. Hegseth did not believe Halsey was moving quickly or aggressively enough to combat the drug traffickers, and he complained about not being given the information he needed about the operations. But Southcom was concerned about the operations not being lawful. Then on Friday, the U.S. military detained 2 survivors of its 6th known strike on the drug boats in the Caribbean, and the first time an American strike has not immediately killed everyone on board. CNN reported they're currently detained on a Navy vessel, raising a host of new legal questions about an already murky picture. No, they're just going to send them somewhere else. And it's basically the same story from CNN, which I'm not going to. Oh, let's play this.
It has been reported that Maduro offered everything in his country, all the natural resources. He even recorded a message to you in English recently, offering mediation. What should we do in order to stop that?
He has offered everything. He's offered everything. You're right. You know why? Because he doesn't want to fuck around with the United States. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
That's right. He doesn't want to fuck around and find out. And President Trump was just asked about the potential survivors from a strike on the Venezuelan drug traffickers, and Rubio just revealed there's a bombshell information coming out. We're not prepared here to announce all the details, but you get the information here shortly. We attacked a submarine, and that was a drug-carrying submarine specifically built for transporting massive amounts of drugs. Just so you understand, this was not an innocent group of people.
On Venezuela, there are survivors from your latest boat strike. What happens to those survivors?
Well, I'll ask Marco to discuss that possibly.
Yeah, it's well known there's an ongoing narco-terrorist operation the United States has been conducting. As far as details of any recent strikes, we're not prepared here to announce all those details, but you'll get that information here very shortly.
And how are there survivors when these are meant to be lethal attacks?
Yeah, again, I mean, we're undertaking these operations against narco-terrorists. That's what these are. These are terrorists. Let's be clear. And but as far as the details of any recent operations, when we are prepared to announce those, we will, as the president has consistently done. So you may get something on that later today.
Let me ask you, that was in a submarine, right? We attacked a submarine, and that was a drug-carrying submarine built specifically for the transportation of massive amounts of drugs. Just so you understand, this was not an innocent group of people. I don't know too many people that have submarines, and that was an attack on a drug-carrying, loaded-up submarine. Yeah.
On Putin, is it your belief, as Mr. Zelensky said yesterday, that the threat of tomahawks and costs, as Secretary...
Oh, that was a shitty end. Whoever edits these things, man, they need to do a better job, because that was a crappy place to end that one. Yeah, so the strikes on a drug sub wasn't just necessary, it was overdue. Cartels weaponized narco subs to flood our streets with poison. And Trump's decisive action proves America won't tolerate it. Rubio's right. Details will confirm this was a strategic hit on high-value targets, not random violence. Critics whine about legalities, but globalist hand-wringing doesn't stop fentanyl. Every sunken sub means lives saved here. The left's sudden concern for cartel rights is a joke. They'd rather protect traffickers than secure the homeland. Trump strikes dismantles criminal networks, period. When DC prioritizes American safety over bureaucrat paralysis, that's leadership. It's true. That's very true. Yeah, Trump says 2 survivors of U.S. strike on drug submarine being returned to Colombia and Ecuador. Wow, is this the submarine that blowed up? Screenshot a moment U.S. military striking a submersible vessel suspected of carrying narcotics. U.S. government is repatriating 2 survivors of an October 16th military strike that targeted a submersible vessel in the Caribbean Sea. It was my great honor to destroy a very large drug-carrying submarine. It was navigating towards the United States on a well-known narco-trafficking transit route. Trump said the targeted vessel was operated by 4 individuals whom he described as terrorists. He said 2 of the individuals were killed while the other 2 survived. He also showed footage showing the vessel sustaining an explosive barrage. The president appeared to use a social media post to confirm reporting, first reported published by Reuters. This is killing the DEA cash pipeline. Yeah, they can't be happy. The president appeared to use social media posts confirming the reports by Reuters that the U.S. recovered 2 survivors. He said 2 individuals, one from Colombia and the other from Ecuador, were being returned to their countries of origin to face prosecution. The submersible craft is at least the 6th vessel operating in Caribbean Sea to come under fire by U.S. forces since September. The Trump administration has described this recent campaign of strikes as a non-international armed conflict with drug cartels. At least 25,000 Americans would die if I allowed the submarine to come ashore. Since Trump took office, the U.S. State Department has designated 13 different Latin American and Caribbean cartels and criminal organizations as foreign terrorist organizations. FTOs. The recent U.S. strike on suspect vessels in the Caribbean Sea also comes amid a growing pressure campaign against Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, whom the Trump administration has accused of backing cartels in his country. Maduro has denied such accusations. So you guys just take the commie's words for it? On August 7th, the Department of Justice announced it had doubled the award for information leading to Maduro's arrest from 25 to 50. The White House confirmed the deployment of several warships and a contingent of U.S. Marines to the Caribbean. September 2nd marked a new phase in the U.S. pressure campaign against Venezuela, as U.S. forces conducted their first strike against a suspected drug boat. Announcing the fatal attack, Trump said the vessel, which was being operated by members of Tren de Aragua, a transnational criminal organization that originated in Venezuela and which is the U.S. government's designated as a foreign terrorist organization this year. Trump said Tren de Aragua is operating under the control of Nicolas Maduro. This week, Trump confirmed reports that he had authorized the Central Intelligence Agency to conduct covert operations within Venezuela. Trump does need to get tough with Canada. It's a terrorist tourism destination. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Time to get tough with the Canadistans. Oh, Canadistans. Yeah, so survivors on a drug boat will be sent to Ecuador and Colombia.
To reinstill trust in the agents on the front lines that they're going to do the job the way the book says it should be done.
2 men rescued after a U.S. military strike on a suspected drug-laden vessel in the Caribbean. I mean, it would have been a lot worse if they would have just let them drown, right? They don't want to do that. You know, we don't just let people drown. We saved them. They're drowning. That's weird. We would have killed them, blowed them up if they were on the sub, but since they're in the water, once they're not, it's like they're no longer, okay, they're out of the boat, they're in the water, we got to save them now. But I mean, that's how we do things. We don't just let people die when we could save them, unless we're going to kill them. And then we just kill them. So it's kind of weird. It's a conundrum. They'll return to their home countries, Ecuador and Colombia, for prosecution. The strike carried out Thursday has targeted a semi-submersible vessel believed to be transporting fentanyl and other narcotics along the known trafficking route towards the United States. According to Trump, 2 to 4 people on board were killed. 2 survivors were rescued by U.S. forces, now being transferred for detention and legal proceedings in their respective home countries. Trump proceeded to release footage of the boat being hit. Well, let's see this footage. Here's what it says. My great honor to destroy a very large drug-carrying submarine that was navigating towards the United States. Let's go. There's the submarine. I mean, it's like partially in the water, partially out of the water. Boom. I think it just blowed up. Boom, it just blowed up. Just blowed up. They just bloated it up. Where'd it go? It's gone. We're going to see another angle, maybe? Wow. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Oh, okay. That's the end of that story. Now we're on to the next story. U.S. warns of imminent attack by Hamas on Palestinians that would violate the peace deal. U.S. State Department warned of an imminent attack by Hamas on Palestinian civilians in Gaza, and what the agency said would be a grave violation of the ceasefire between the terrorist group and the Israelis that began just over a week ago. In a statement on Saturday evening, the agency said it informed the nations involved with the peace deal brokered by President Trump of the planned attack, who all demanded Hamas honor the ceasefire agreement. The United States has informed the guarantors nations of the Gaza peace agreement of credible reports indicating imminent ceasefire violation by Hamas against the people of Gaza. This planned attack against Palestinian civilians would constitute a direct and grave violation of the ceasefire agreement and undermine significant progress achieved through mediation efforts. The guarantors demand Hamas uphold its obligations under the ceasefire terms. The State Department also said that if Hamas goes through with its attack, unspecified measures will be taken to protect the people of Gaza, preserve the integrity of the ceasefire. The United States said the other guarantors remain resolute in our commitment of ensuring the safety of civilians, maintaining calm on the ground, and advancing peace and prosperity for the people of Gaza and the region as a whole. Trump secured a historic peace deal between Israel and Hamas earlier this month, ending nearly 2 years of fighting. In the first phase of the deal, the 20 living hostages held by Hamas since October 7, 2023 were freed, along with some of the remains of the 28 dead hostages. In return, Israel released more than 1,900 Palestinian criminals. But as Palestinian civilians returned home over the last week, they were met with more violence from Hamas, which has exerted control over the Strip for years. Graphic footage surfaced earlier this week showing Hamas terrorists executing Palestinians in the streets in Gaza as the group tries to eliminate its political rivals. The footage prompted immediate rebuke from Trump, who suggested non-U.S. forces should be deployed if Hamas continues with its executions. If Hamas continues to kill people in Gaza, which was not the deal, we will have no choice but to go in and kill them. Wow. Whoa. Go in and kill them, he says. Wow. That's crazy. It's also in the AP reporting that U.S. warns Hamas planning attack on Palestinian civilians, apparent violation of the Gaza ceasefire. Of course, what do you know? You can't trust terrorists. Maybe that's why we always believe that you don't negotiate with terrorists, because you can't fucking trust them. Yeah, State Department issued a statement of credible reports. If the attacks place slaves, it would constitute a direct and grave violation of the agreement. Actually, what's it say? I think I remember that one. The town didn't want the books right or didn't want him having knowledge. I can't remember which one. So terribly sad. He couldn't read the blood books. He was so dead he could take care of. He was blind, if I'm not mistaken. The episode of Twilight Zone with Burgess Meredith. He wears thick glasses to read books in the library, where he's the librarian at the end. The library is destroyed. I thought he lost his glasses so he couldn't read or something. Or I think I remember it. At Twilight Zone. It's not going to be us. We don't have to. There are people very close, very nearby that will go in and they'll do the trick very easily, but under our auspices. What if he's talking about the Jordanians? So that's what's going on there. All right, and I saw this story. I just had to talk about it. All right. So this is outrageous anti-speech conduct by a state employee. What's up, Illinois State University?
Well, you know, Jesus did it, so you know I gotta do it, right? Jesus did it. He did that. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. What else are they throwing out here?
That's depressing.
Oh, this sucker.
Dang, how did this get covered?
Whipped cream
That's
everywhere.
so sad. Oh! Oh!
Mm-hmm. Nice man bun, too. I'm sure he was just upset that his soy latte didn't have enough foam. Nothing a good binge of Gossip Girls won't cure. Illinois State recognizes the first sexist suspended on our campus. We expect everyone to listen and respond to opposing views with civility. The police have provided the following update on a recent investigation. After an investigation by the Illinois State University Police Department, 27-year-old Derek Lopez of El Paso, Illinois, was arrested in Normal and charged with disorderly conduct and criminal damage to property. Lopez is a graduate student and teaching assistant at ISU. Over last week, he's alleged to have disrupted two informational tabling events being hosted by a registered student organization. ISUPD was contacted by the registered student organization following the escalation leading to an investigation, identification, and arrest. This case is pending and may be grounds for additional charges. Chief Aaron Woodruff stated, "We are committed to protecting the First Amendment rights as well as the safety of everyone on our campus. We encourage all members of the community to learn more about free speech rights and responsibilities at ISU, including constructive ways to respond when encountering speech they may disagree with. All suspects are presumed innocent until proven guilty by a court of law." As a GA, you are expected to perform your assigned duties in a satisfactory manner to abide by all graduate school department policies. Members of the university community, including faculty members, have a staff responsibility to respect others. We'll see what happens. Yeah. So, Illinois State University Police confirmed they arrested Derek Lopez, a 27-year-old teaching assistant who flipped over a Turning Point USA table and assaulted staff during an on-campus event. Totalitarian socialists who use violence and intimidation to maintain the power of the state. The same, only gayer. And Illinois State Police arrested the ISU graduate student, Derek Lopez, for disorderly conduct and property damage. They say he allegedly disrupted 2 other events hosted by the TPUSA chapter. We read that. Then we got this. 3 liberal students were caught vandalizing a TPUSA signs at the University of Oklahoma. They couldn't believe the guy would film them after they did that.
Hey. Oh, shoot. Excuse me? Why are you touching our signs? Why do you think you can touch our signs?
This is what they do. Of course.
We got you on video, by the way.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
dude, maybe don't follow people.
No, you think you guys can touch our signs?
You got plenty more.
Okay, no, that's our personal property and our freedom of speech. You have no right to touch our signs.
Okay, but why are you following people and filming them?
Nope, you guys have ruined our sign, ripped it out of the ground.
What are you talking about?
No,
To be
but
fair,
you.
I did throw one of their signs.
Oh.
I'll admit to that on camera.
Okay.
So wait, you said we I have nothing better to do with my time, but then why did you have
I
the
said
time?
you do have better things to do with your time.
And
You
you
got
have
a booster gun.
you have better things to do with your time than to rip somebody else's promotional items out of the ground.
Maybe that wasn't as fun. Maybe this wasn't as worth it as I thought it was gonna be.
Yep.
Like that's gonna be so funny. Yeah, I don't really like being followed by people. That is true.
Yeah, well then don't rip out our signs. Like, you don't condone that behavior. Would you like to apologize on camera?
I took go to statistics. Girl, can you check the probability of this guy?
Ridiculous.
Got a big muscle girl going to run up and tell, what are you doing? You're stalking these people. Yeah, toxic femininity. Nice students you got there, University of Oklahoma.
Really? Tearing up our yard signs. Who do you think you are? No, who are you? You think this is freedom of speech, tearing up somebody else's yard sign? Look at this.
Oh, another
This could not
Tran
be on
weirdo.
campus. Oh my, what? That is crazy. This is the left in one image. Wow.
Yeah, a trans weirdo. What do you know? Go figure. Yeah. More power walks. Yeah. Definitely. Lake County Classical Academy rejected a proposal for a TPUSA club, citing that they don't allow political or religious clubs. Kate Smiley, a student wanting to launch the club, says it's not political, it's not religious. I think they're going to have a problem. I think they're going to get sued.
So, Katie, tell me your reaction to what you heard at the board meeting.
I'm just frustrated that we're not able to change the policy that Hillsdale specifically made, accommodating for situations like this, and that the administration isn't willing to change the policy because there's an availability to, and they're just choosing not to.
So you believe that they should, because the leader of Turning Point in Wisconsin stood up and said that they're not a political and religious organization. So do you believe the policy should allow a Turning Point club, not a generic civics club?
Yeah, because it's not political and it's not religious. So, and we specifically stated in our Constitution and bylaws that we would not discriminate against any like situations that a person might have. So, if she had read our Constitution, yeah.
So, Katie.
Marxist retards have taken over every aspect of American education. What do we want? Free speech for everybody, just for us. That's not free speech. You're a racist. Yeah. If they have scouts groups, so they are violating their own policy. Yeah. Scouts are taught to perform their duty to God, but the organization does not define what that means. It's up to the individual scout and their family to interpret this based on their own religious beliefs. Yeah, that's right. Okay, this story. Now we're going to go into some other stuff now. Breaking, police raid Chinese-run human trafficking rings. Austin Police Department raided illicit spas secretly run by Chinese crime networks. There were no cucumber facials, just a whole lot of illegal stuff. A sting called Operation Coast to Coast pulled in more than 150 law enforcement agencies from places like Texas, California, and New York. It wasn't your average police day. Officers found over 60 victims of human trafficking and arrested more than 30 people. Some of the victims were just teenagers, including a 14-year-old girl who was forced to work for over 10 men a day. Let's just say that all the cash and victims were being funneled straight back to China. Ugh. Yeah. Well, I think that's what you're going to have to start doing. They're going to have to start suing. It's a good thing that Harmeet Dillon's in at the Justice Department because she'll come in with the Civil Rights Division and be like, ta-ta-ta, you're breaking the law. They're called the fastest growing form of trafficking in the U.S. So if your spa has bars on the windows and a kitchen behind the massage table, it's probably not a spa. Wow. Wow.
In the state of Texas, Fox News exclusively embedding with the Austin Police Department as they raided illicit Chinese massage parlors, part of a massive operation targeting human traffickers and organized crime networks. It was just one of many human trafficking stings taking place across the country in Operation Coast to Coast, which saw more than 60 victims rescued, including juveniles. Here is the Austin Police Department on that operation.
Most of these places have deep, complex roots with overseas, Asian, Chinese criminal enterprises. We're going to close this one down today, but it's going to be very easy for them to open up another one anywhere else in Austin or anywhere.
Brooke Taylor live in Austin with the details on this exclusive report. Brooke, what you find out? What you see? Good morning.
Hi, Bill. Good morning. Well, we exclusively embedded with the Austin Police Department while they raided these illicit massage parlors. Now, they weren't just going after traffickers and these organized crime networks. They were also trying to rescue as many victims as possible.
It's going to be right here. We're going to drive past it. And we're going to roll in when they're ready.
Austin Police, search forward.
On the outside, these businesses are advertised as spas, but detectives say many like this one are being controlled by Chinese organized crime networks and used as a human trafficking hub.
This is a pretty common trend. Watch your step here. Massage bed, shower bed is pretty common nowadays for operations like this, and that just leads into a kitchen.
And just a few minutes away, simultaneously, officers with the Austin Police Department raided another illegal massage parlor. One of the victims found sleeping inside this disheveled room here with clear signs that others had also been living there.
Quite often, they're victimized, they're forced, coerced, threatened in some way. Their passports are withheld, their families are threatened, they themselves are threatened. They get hooked on some sort of drugs.
And these raids are part of a nationwide human trafficking operation on Thursday called Operation Coast to Coast. More than 150 different law enforcement agencies across the country participated, including Missouri, Oklahoma, California, and in New York. It's all coordinated by the Human Trafficking Training Center. They train officers and bring all of these agencies together.
About half of the agencies that we deal with will go after the illicit massage business industry, which is the fastest growing of all trafficking in America. And it is all Chinese organized crime. And all this is going right back to China. All the money's going back to China. The victims are coming over here from China.
Now, all the police departments, they're taking a victim-centered approach here. The national nonprofit called Safe House was also involved in this operation. They help these trafficking victims with resources and show them that there are options and there are ways out.
It's crazy,
now,
right?
At last check, there were more than
Crazy.
30 people who were
It's only been good at spying on us.
and other charges as part of this investigation. And then more than 60 victims found nationwide. The youngest, I'm told, was just 14 years old. She was being trafficked on an escort site and forced to service more than 10 men a day. Thankfully, her suspected trafficker was one of those arrested during this op, Bill.
Wow, that's some eye-opening reporting there. Brooke, thank you on that exclusive report.
Oh, that's fucking fucking disgusting. And you got last week, Jose Luis Angeles Sanchez was booked for aggravated sexual assault of a child. Motherfuckers. Sexual assault of a child, indecency with a child by contact, and indecency with a child by exposure. He is an immigration detainer. And they shut him down here this summer, already prosecuted and deported. Oh, what do you know? Look at this. So this guy. And let's see. Angeles Sanchez, Jose Luis, white male. We got to get rid of these white males that are doing all this stuff, man. We really got to get rid of them. This is what they're talking about by white supremacy and being a dangerous thing, white supremacy. Another candidate for my penal removal program must take away his weapon of choice. Oh, well. Problem solved. Yeah, problem solved. Yeah, new court documents reveal that it was a 21-year-old illegal alien from Nicaragua, Leter Araz Medina, who strangled and then brutally raped a female on August 31st in a Chicago park. The Nicaraguan was being harbored by Governor Prickster and Connie Johnson, the mayor. Yeah. My damn white people again, Joe. I don't know what to do. We got to do something about these white people. Fucking crackers. Male monkeys doing all this shit. We got to do something.
Accused in a sexual assault on Chicago's Northwest Side will remain in jail while he awaits trial.
And the details coming to light weeks after the violent attack. WGN's Courtney Spinelli is near Black Hawk Park in the Belmont-Cragen neighborhood, where investigators say the assault happened.
This attack was believed to be random. The 54-year-old victim walking home when she was allegedly grabbed by the 21-year-old suspect who ran out of this park.
It makes me feel really scary because I walked in the morning by myself.
Some concerned residents now learning of a violent attack on August 31st. Prosecutors say it happened at the hands of this man, 21-year-old Leter Araz Medina, just before 3 in the morning. According to court documents, Araz Medina first pulled the woman to the ground by her hair before forcing her up and across the street. Private surveillance video picked up the sounds of her screams. The suspect allegedly forced her into an alleyway off Laverne, threw her to the ground, and undressed her before dragging her further. That was caught on pod cameras, investigators say. The suspect then strangled her and grabbed her by the hair, slamming her head into the concrete repeatedly, according to a court proffer. The victim told detectives she lost consciousness, but when she came to, tried to fight off the suspect, who again slammed her to the ground and continued his sexual assault. The suspect was spooked and ran when a car approached.
To walk out of your house and not feel safe around your neighborhood is it's terrible, honestly.
Prosecutors say it was workers at a nearby food truck that were able to help the woman and call 911. Staff at LS Teca say they were about done for the night when the woman ran into the truck, one worker still inside there. They say she was frantic and explaining what happened. Another worker was able to bring her a towel and get the help needed, including an ambulance that took her to the hospital. The extent of her injuries not known.
Some people won't even try to help anymore because they're too scared. So it makes me feel good that, at least someone was out there to help her.
Court documents show the victim was able to give a good description of the suspect, who was caught nearby. Araz Medina allegedly told detectives he took cocaine, went to the park, and saw the victim. He admitted he wanted to, quote, do a bunch of other things, and described the attack in detail.
Ah. Yes. I agree. Wood chippers are very useful. They're useful for so many different things. It's so many purposes. So many. So many. So many things. Many things. The 23-year-old illegal alien from Nicaragua who strangled and then brutally raped a female on August 31st. If ICE were allowed to do their job, a woman wouldn't have been raped. That's right. That's right. This gift, if ICE would have been able to do their job, the woman would not have been raped. Yeah. It's a federal felony for these state and local politicians to knowingly provide financial assistance to illegal aliens. Charge them with harboring under 8 U.S.C. 1324. LA politicians are spitting in the face of American citizens giving cash to criminal illegal aliens. If you're in the country illegally, leave now.
Highest homeless rate in the country, and they're giving people here illegally, most of them criminals who ICE is going after, free rent.
Oh, it is so shameful. They're further incentivizing illegal immigration as well by just throwing money at them. What they should be doing, and what would be best for the illegal aliens as well as the broader LA community, is tell these illegal aliens to leave now. The U.S. taxpayer has generously offered those in this country illegally to take a $1,000 exit bonus, a free flight home, and then potentially return the legal right way. Right. But if they don't, we're going to arrest them, as we have 5,000 illegal aliens in LA alone.
Highest homeless rate in the country, and they're
It's crazy. ICE raided the rideshare area. Oh, I didn't stop at Alliers. Yeah, the rideshare area at Chicago Airport. 2/3 of the Uber drivers were arrested. Don't tell me this isn't wage suppression. You can't even get gig work without having to compete against illegals.
Did you guys see they just did an ICE raid at Chicago O'Hare's rideshare parking lot? Like, as an American, you can't even get gig work anymore. Like, think about it. You have to compete to be able to drive around other people, or you have to compete to drop off people's food. So they did an ICE raid at the Chicago O'Hare parking lot, and they said it was at least 50 to 60 cars out there. And when they were done, there was only like 15. And they're saying that they're not suppressing our wages, right? So let me get this straight. They're not suppressing the wages, but you have to compete with more than double the amount of people who were supposed to be here. And that's not even counting that you're probably gonna get less per ride because there's so many
Thanks for
people
coming by,
willing to do the
Kelly.
job. Of course they're willing to do it, dude. They're getting assistance. They're not having to pay for a car. They're barely having to pay for rent. Yeah, they can take less wage per ride. So to sit here and say that it's not being suppressed, it's not real.
I don't know. Did they have
That's like when
licenses?
they said,
Did they have
"Terrorists, you're
insurance?
gonna ruin the
They could make a lot more money if they don't have licenses or insurance.
Nothing happened. People who have no understanding of basic economics are out
Not
here
just
talking
repression,
every
it's
day of the day,
elimination.
telling
Yeah,
us how bad
suppression,
it's
it's
gonna be.
elimination. It is.
Open your eyes, you guys. It's going to be fine.
Yeah, open your eyes, guys. It's going to be fine. That's right. Yeah. See, this tragedy should have never happened. Richard Ferguson, 61-year-old North Carolina man, was killed by a criminal illegal alien who was driving under the influence. Wilmer Fuentes Mejia had previously been deported by ICE. He has criminal history, including 2 previous arrests for driving under the influence and assault. President Trump and Secretary Nolan lodged an arrest detainer for a criminal to ensure his punk and public safety threat isn't released back onto the streets.
A 61-year-old Durham man died in a hit and run. New tonight, we now know the man charged in his death was in the country illegally and had already been deported twice.
Only on WRAL, Sarah Kruger spoke with the victim's family, who feels like the system failed them time and time again.
This is where that hit and run happened, here on Chalk Level Road. Richard Ferguson's family says he had just gotten off the bus to head home. For many reasons, they feel like this crash never should have happened.
My brother was a wonderful person.
Speaking to me by Zoom from out of town.
My best friend, my spiritual advisor. We were like twins.
2 of the 11 surviving siblings of Richard Ferguson Jr. described him as a loving person and hard worker. He was in his 26th year working for the Durham Housing Authority. Around 11 p.m. September 13th, family says he had just stepped off the bus on his way home from his second job at Dollar General. Police say 30-year-old Wilmer Mejia ran off the road, hit 2 signs, and then hit Ferguson.
He didn't deserve to get hit and killed and leave this early. He didn't deserve none of this.
Police say Mejia was driving with a revoked license. He's charged with that, hit and run, and involuntary manslaughter. WRAL was the only media there when he appeared in court by video earlier this month.
Driving with license revoked, impaired of vacation.
It was there the prosecutor said Mejia has been deported twice. ICE confirms he's in the country illegally. Court records show Mejia had a DWI charge out of Wake County in 2020, but he was let out without a bond and then did not show up for court.
If they had never got out on bond, my brother would be alive today. And we wouldn't have to go.
Yeah, how did he get a license?
Weighing that history, the Durham judge set Mejia's bond at $5 million. After court, Ferguson's family expressing relief.
And I praise God. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus.
They feel hopeful Mejia will remain behind bars as the case goes to conclusion.
He does not belong outside. He's going to hurt someone else again.
That's
and
right.
Then what?
Vote Trump.
Someone else has to die?
Court records show the suspect and the victim lived in the same
This is what voting
apartment
Democrat
complex,
gets you.
which is just steps away from the crash scene here.
This is what you get when you vote for Democrats.
WRAL News in Durham.
Now, Sarah reached out to ICE to ask why Mejia was deported in the past. We'll let you know if we get a response.
Because he was. Why was he deported? Because he was in the country illegally. If you're in the country illegally, you have no right to be here. You get fucking deported. Then if you re-enter again, that's a felony. Unlike what Don Lemonhead says. Yeah. AOC Kids in Cages, smokescreen media. Yeah, it is. Political psyops. Yeah. This is it right here. This is what it says. This tragedy is a direct result of the lawless catch and release policies that prioritize illegal aliens over American lives. Mejia's repeated deportations and subsequent releases under prior administrations prove catastrophic failure of weak enforcement. President Trump's leadership, the ICE detainer mandates are enforced without exception. No more sanctuary city loopholes. No more reckless pretrial releases for violent offenders. The Lake and Riley Act's mandatory detention provisions would have kept this criminal off the streets, but D.C. Democrats blocked it to protect their open borders agenda. Every preventable death like Ferguson's underscores why Trump's remain in Mexico policy and deportation philosophy are non-negotiable. Weak prosecutors who enable this carnage through no bond releases belong in prison, not office. That's right. Soros prosecutors must go. Yes. ICE officers recently intervened to keep a convicted child sex offender from being freed into the community after a judge decided to suspend his 6-year prison sentence. That's right. David Ambrosia Herrera, a Mexican national convicted of sex crimes in Virginia after he illegally entered the U.S. for the third time. Democrats are fighting to keep these criminals in your community. Democrats want these criminals in your community. They want rapists and murderers and child molesters in your community to come after you. So then you beg Democrats for more, take guns away, do this. Help, control us more, daddy, instead of getting the fucking criminals out.
My car, you're gonna back it up. Everybody good? Got a straight one.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Tim Walz supports illegal driver's license. Tim Walz killed their brother. That's right. That's what voting Democrats get you. The Republicans got to get better at getting these people like that Ferguson family, getting them on camera talking about it, telling people this is what getting, like Democrats,
You're not in the area. You parked in the street. No, I work for the court. He almost hit me. It's not fine. Move on. Move on.
Yeah, you got these people out here instinctively going, because of the Democrats, the shit they say, going after these ICE agents who are getting fucking pedophiles and rapists and murderers off the street. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself, fools. Mm-hmm. Let this sink in. Hanover Park was about to swear in illegal to be a cop, to carry a firearm. Yeah. They already did swear him in. He was a cop, actually. This guy's wrong. We saw this yesterday.
Hiring of this police officer based off of claims made by the Department of Homeland Security. The village board president now cautioning the public to consider all the facts before reaching a judgment. Tonight would have been Officer Radul Bajovic's swearing-in ceremony as a Hanover Park police officer. But he's now in the custody of federal agents after the Department of Homeland Security said he overstayed his tourist visa, which allegedly expired in 2015. DHS says Officer Bajovic was encountered during a targeted enforcement action, part of Operation Midway Blitz. The news dividing residents at tonight's village board meeting.
I can't imagine that someone who is trying to enforce the laws was one of the bad guys.
Other residents telling ABC 7 off camera, based off of information provided by DHS, they have serious concerns over how Bajovic was employed by the police department. Today, DHS released a statement saying, in part, Radul Bajovic violated our nation's laws and was living illegally in the United States for 10 years. Tonight, the village board president cautioning the community to consider the facts, saying the village confirmed Bajovic was legally authorized by both the state and federal government to work in the U.S.
Background checks performed by the FBI and Illinois State Police reveal no criminal history. If Officer Bajovic did not hold federal work authorization, he would not have been hired.
The village saying they confirmed Bajovic's immigration status allowed him to carry a firearm on duty.
Really? Did you check his immigration status, or did you not act because Illinois is a fucking sanctuary state, you lying cocksuckers? Illinois, you're barred from asking immigration status to hire people. So this is Pritzker did this. Congratulations. You're a fucking liar. And you're a Democrat liar, Hanover Park. Yeah. The village released a press release. The Hanover Park Police Department was in full compliance with federal and state law before hiring him. They confirmed he was legally authorized by the federal government to work in the United States at the time of his hire. He presented the village with a work authorization card, which was issued by the federal government. So he had a stolen or fake card. They conducted a full background check. The village also confirmed, based on a memorandum issued by the Department of Justice Bureau of ATF, that his immigration status allowed him to carry a firearm while on duty. So they're saying Biden's ATF said that he could carry a firearm while on duty. Yeah, a check mark next to a Dem is a death sentence for you. An ad popped up. What? That don't make no sense. Anyway. Well, everybody, I want to say thank you to those who are here. We've been going for 3.5 hours, and we didn't meet the second goal. We were $40 short, roughly. So we're going to call it a night, and I'll see you all again. I don't know. I might stream Sunday night. I might not stream tomorrow night, Sunday night. Sunday night's been like the night I think I've been taken off. So I want to thank everybody who was here. Please hit the like. Please subscribe to the channel. I'll definitely see you Monday night. If I stream Sunday night, I stream Sunday night. If I don't, I don't. So I think one night a week I could take off maybe. But I want to thank everybody again. Please hit like and subscribe. And come on back for Jim to tell you the news.